my God,
Yeah.
dude.
Screaming into the atmosphere. We're finally back, dude.
Getting
We were
fired up, dude. You got
We were
me.
two
You got me
ships
fucked up
about
right
Freud.
now. Yeah.
motherfucking Sigmund Freud.
Psychoanalysis can go fuck itself.
That's a position held by a lot of people. That is a position held by a lot of people. But then there's, technically the talking cure did work. Letting people talk, and rearrange their basically symbolic self. There's something to that as well. Talking, and then going, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
So you can glean an insight. You can glean a valuable insight that only you can experience as being completely valid.
Through
and just-
conversation.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the argument against therapy. Some people say like, dude, we're basically prostituting a form of relationship that should just be held,
Hell yeah.
but I see both sides of it. I absolutely see both sides.
Yeah, I could see it working. If you didn't have any buddies,
Yeah.
no brewskis and buds,
no brewskis, no.
no brewskis and buds, you're gonna need to hire someone to talk to.
True.
You can't go down to the local B-dubs and chat it out and go, fucking my wife is such a fucking cunt. Yes, could we get another picture?
Or you might want to access something outside of your context.
I'll get 10 garlic parm. My wife's a cunt. And all your buddies go, yeah, dude, my wife's a
dude.
cunt. And then you go, yeah, but maybe I should have gone to her parents' house.
Yeah.
And they go, wow, I just saved $700 to listen to some fucking dickhead from NYU talk to me about, have you considered going to her parents' house?
Why? What do you? What comes up for you when you think about our parents' house? Like
What is it
extreme boredom.
What happened to you as a child that you don't want to go to her parents' house?
Yeah.
And you go, no, I'm just against being bored.
Like, wait a second. I had fucking parents.
Were you
Holy
ever bored at your home growing up? And you go, holy shit, I was. Well, this is a breakthrough. Well worth every penny.
I was basically
thankfully.
molested by boredom.
Yeah.
There's an argument to like you can get outside of your context because if your beat up circle only has
Yeah.
access to a certain level of discourse, and then you're trapped
Within
in
the
this
beat-up
thing where you
circle.
either conform or the beat up circle,
The council, the high council,
just different sports jerseys. Like,
yeah.
my most trusted advisor.
My most trusted advisor, my friend in a Vikings jersey. God, these wings are hot today. They really fucking beat ups makes them hot.
Your friend's eyes are just teary, his nose running. Like, that truly sounds like hell. I feel sorry for you.
That's good though. You need the beat ups council.
You do
need
need
the
the
beat ups
beat-ups.
council to be like,
Bro.
dude, stop being gay. Fucking go do it.
You are 1,000% right about that. You need the B-Dubs Council.
Yes,
For sure.
And I do pity those without the beat ups council.
It's true, man. You need to be, otherwise, you can get sucked into the absolute labyrinth that is your wife's brain. Because they are world builders, dude. They can create just the wildest world, and you need the B-Dubs Council to be like,
Yeah, you're not in that world.
Because you get lost.
She's making the world up.
You will get lost in her world, dude. You will get lost.
God damn,
Without the B-Dubs Council,
going to your lady's house, just dreaming about being at the beat ups council instead. Can't wait to get out of here to go straight to the Dubs, dude.
the garlic parm.
The garlic parm. Ooh-wee. Man, that was a major issue in a previous relationship of going.
The B-Dubs Council?
No, going to her family's house for like holidays and shit.
Yeah.
Actually, it's been almost every relationship, but there was one particular one, an old one that was I couldn't do it. It was just women. There was literally zero B-Dubs council within the family house.
Bro, you need that. I'm telling you, that is a real thing.
It's
And
they would sit and just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
They would talk about, they're like, oh, at Macy's, they have a sale on these. And then the other girl would go, oh, I need to get down there. At Boscov's, they're selling these blenders for 30% off.
dude, it's
I
insane.
go, these are really good blenders.
They're birds. They're birds grabbing twigs for their nest. It's insane. I'm telling you, if you don't have, you can be the hardest strain of feminism, whatever. But I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to own babes. But it's like if there's not a dude around
Yeah.
for years, you need it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the chicks go crazy, dude.
You need someone talking football in World War II.
You'd absolutely need that.
Otherwise,
Or just a
yeah.
guy going, "What are you worried about?" Yeah, that's not real. And they go, "Oh, okay, thank you." because they will spin themselves out into oblivion. Chicks can hold, I think, like 6 thoughts in their head at once. It's a fucking curse. I swear to God, they're
Hydra.
running. They're running on just like, it's insane.
The Hydra is in there, just like, yeah, she called you fat. The blender is good. Nah.
I caught a glimpse one time. I've talked about this before.
B-dubs again. Get him.
Call him right now.
Ruined the council.
I think your stomach hurts. Yeah, dude. There's one time, because you know when you're like at nighttime when you're falling asleep, that's when your brain can really just kick it into gear, and you're like, "What's going on?" One time, like Brittany was breathing heavy. I'm like, "What's up with you?" And she went blah, 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 and named like 14 things in 10 seconds, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?"
God
I
damn.
was like, "You're running like 6 fucking worries at once."
Yeah.
I'll get home and just be like, "I was a fucking idiot tonight," and it's just one track. She was like, doom, 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 past, present, future, 3 different people, and it was just like, what the fuck? I was like, whoa, just stop.
Yeah.
Okay, just lay down. Although I'll say the ultimate cure, especially for the babes, like, you know when you talk and they're like, I don't want to solve my problem. You just got to grab them. You have to just squeeze them.
Yeah.
You just literally need to squeeze babes and be like, just shush. It works. You can talk all you want. They just need to be squeezed and hugged. And
I
then
may
you rub
like
their
that
bellies.
point.
And you rub their bellies.
You got to squeeze them. And then you squeeze them and you go, ooh, this feels good. Maybe I should touch you.
Parlay that in. Yeah, I've been much more forceful. I was talking about it with Lamera.
Sexually?
Yeah. Not like forceful, but like I've been putting it on the table, man.
Yeah,
I've been letting it be known. Like, look, I'm a man, goddammit.
I am a man.
I'm a man and I have needs, goddammit. And I don't guilt. I go, look, if you don't want to do this, that's fine. I will not hold it against you, although I will. Deep down inside.
Oh.
Deep down inside, I'll
Subconscious.
piss. Yes, dude.
Of course.
But I will be like, no, for real, I'm not mad. And then I'll like just,
That's just your ego.
her arm will
dude.
touch me and I'll go,
Yeah.
"Sure, are you mad? No, I'm not.
I'm not mad. Why would I be mad?
Get off me.
You're my only outlet for sexual pleasure and you're not giving it to me. Yeah. I'm not mad.
Yeah, man.
That's fine with me.
Especially off the nog, especially since my governor is saving me.
The governor has, I forget every single time I forget.
And you go,
I go, ooh.
they go, license and registration.
I haven't done this in a few days. And they go,
Yeah.
I'm going to need to see your license. I go, God damn it.
Do you know why I pulled you over?
I can't believe
Because I'm a big,
Texas,
disgusting pervert, maybe?
Texas took the nog from us. I refuse to go to another website.
Really?
I
Are you
refuse.
hitting them with the photo ID?
No, I haven't. I've been off the nog.
You just been off the
When I'm
nog?
home, I'm off the nog.
Damn, so you wait till you
This is a
travel.
tough stretch.
Yeah.
We're going to test the nog this week. This is a tough stretch. I'm home for a few weeks. We're going to see what happens.
You might fall to Reddit porn. I have never done the Reddit porn. Everyone I talk to.
Turns out OnlyFans is legal here. I might have to
Oh.
become a little fat pay pig.
Get some girlfriend.
Although I've seen OnlyFans and they're never great.
Really?
I don't think
I don't think
people
I've-
are having sex or anything. It's just like a girl's boobs. You go, God damn it, I want to see you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure there's ladies out there going
Yeah.
hog wild, but I haven't found them.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of just like Rachel Dolezal's OnlyFans.
Yeah, I get tricked.
It's probably straight up boobs.
I've been tricked on Instagram.
I'll be honest. I've got myself. So I went off no porn all of Lent. I'm still on no porn, but I'm back to the point where I can fire up like chicks in bathing suits.
Yeah.
I can do a bikini fap, which is, dude, you feel like
Dude,
nice.
Just
after.
fapping feels good, dude.
Fapping
Just
does.
jacking
feel
off on your own. Just
Although
in a
if you
dark
get-
room,
good.
quiet.
But did you ever get into the weird thing where you're just like, I'm jerking off a guy? That
No.
fucks me up. I'll get into that. Where I'm
That's
like,
Freud,
I'm
dude.
Jerking a guy
That's Freud,
off.
dude. You're
It's
just
true.
jacking off. Just relax.
I know.
Just relax.
But you're jerking off a guy and you are liking getting jerked off by a guy.
Analyzing instinct and thought bothers me so much.
It's not an instinct. Jerking off is a technology.
Jerking off is pure instinct.
It's technology.
It's pure instinct.
It's tech. It's big tech.
The phone is part of the tech. Just jacking off. Dudes have been whacking off. That was step one.
True, but like the wheel is tech. Fire's technically tech. It's a natural.
I think it's like in the Bible. Like, don't fucking jack off, dude. That was day one.
Was
shit.
it really?
I don't know.
It's not jacking off. Is jacking off in the Bible? I don't think it's in the Bible. I just think like your dad couldn't catch you or else you had to like leave the country. I think if your dad caught you fapping,
Yeah,
you had to like
exile.
go into exile. You had to take like 4 camels and just walk across the desert.
The Bible never specifically mentions masturbation.
What the hell am I worried about?
They're gonna hit you with some fucking purity, becoming sanctified, avoiding lust.
Yeah, but they were avoiding lust back then because you would like knock a lady's tent down and like eat her ass in the middle.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes were
Yeah.
getting mega horny in
Yeah.
the desert. So they were like, yo, chill.
Bro, Romans 8:5-6 says, "The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the spirit is life and peace."
That's what I'm talking about.
The habit of self-pleasure is a great example of the flesh governing the mind. The
Damn.
flesh keeps governing the mind, dude.
It does.
Thankfully, the actual government governs my flesh and says
True.
you cannot watch Pornhub.
True.
I go, God damn it! If I could even get one of those gifts that they advertise with, I would fucking go nuts.
Thumbnails would be fine.
Thumbnail
bro.
is all the boy needs.
Thumbnails
Governor
are.
Abbott, release the thumbnails.
Yo, did you notice how cool guys were about that, by the way? They like came after our reproductive rights and we were like, all right, whatever the state decides. We weren't fucking kicking up the fuss.
We became communists immediately. Like the state decides.
I saw a bumper sticker the other day. It said, if men could get pregnant, abortion would be a sacrament. And I was like, or maybe we would just handle it and shut the fuck up.
Ooh-wee.
That lady just
Damn, dude,
goaded
this is
me
a
on.
misogynist.
I know.
We're getting rowdy. No,
We
it's
are
not
getting
just you. I've been fired up.
But that lady
That
just,
Sigmund Freud bullshit fired me up. Now I'm based, bro. Fuck thought.
true.
That's the ultimate based.
That is, dude. And you might be onto something with that.
Yeah.
Fuck thought. It's very Eastern, by the way.
Fuck thoughts, dude. Don't put that on me either. Don't you dare put that on me.
Very
You know,
Eastern.
I hate that's very Eastern.
Slash through the web of Maya.
Eastern medicine can go fuck itself, dude. I'm done with Eastern medicine.
Nah, it's gonna pervade our culture. It's coming.
It is here.
Oh, it's
Lemaire's in the house, dude. Eastern bullshit's here. Look at the shit he's drinking.
that's just Chinese grape soda. That's just Eastern medicine.
Damn, that's the fucking black nerd elixir, dude. That's crazy. Chinese grape soda. That's the high. That's every black nerd's dream.
That is high octane black nerd fuel.
When you sip it, it's like shing.
The cap. God damn it.
Where did you get the? Oh, there's that fucking store right up the street. Yeah.
I got it from Asashi. Yeah.
What is that, like a sushi place?
No, it's like a Japanese market. It's pretty cool.
God damn, dude. That's pretty tight. You have access to a Japanese market.
Yeah.
It's just you and 12 other black nerds.
The fucking owner doesn't know who to follow. There's so many of you in there.
Just walking like this.
Bumping into each other. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me.
Just
After you, pardon me.
That's pure Metal Gear Solid, dude.
They're in boxes.
Damn, dude.
Snake.
What the hell was I thinking about?
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta tell you this. I gotta tell you
Go
this. This is what I was gonna tell you, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's funnier. So I went to. I'm the most sore I've ever been in my entire life. I
From
couldn't.
working out?
I couldn't sleep on. I couldn't lay on my side. My back.
Are you a
is-
side sleeper as well?
My back is butt fucked, dude. All right, pause. This guy.
Go.
So I get in there. I was like, all right, I haven't worked out in a while. I'm gonna go to Rogan's, get a nice easy one, hit the sauna. This will be a nice day. I get in. Of course, one of the Navy SEALs Navy SEAL security guys in there. He's like, "You ready to hit the gauntlet with me, brother?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm not hitting the fucking Navy SEAL gauntlet." And then he shamed me into it. He was like, "Come on, dude, come on."
Yeah. How could
It
you say
was-
no?
It was 9 different lifts and workouts, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. You have to go 3 minutes to exhaustion on every single lift.
What?
Dude? It sucked. One of them was just hanging on the bar for 3
A
minutes.
dead hang?
It ruined me.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
hanging there. This muscle is it's ruined.
Hang for a minute's fucking
And then he
hard.
was like, "All right, pop your shirt off." he was like, "We take our shirts off. It's gonna get hot in here." And I was like, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm not gonna work out in front of a mirror with my fucking shirt off right now." And he was like, "You need to find the problem areas." I was like, "Brother, the whole thing's a fucking. We don't need the shirt off to diagnose the problem area today."
I can feel them.
What are you talking about?
I can feel them moving when I stop.
The problem areas are shaking on every workout we're doing right now. I'm doing a curl and my hips are shaking. We don't need a shirt off for this. I thought you would enjoy that.
That is
Just-
so fucking funny.
honestly, driving over, I was like, this will be nice. It's just going to be me in there. It'll be nice and quiet.
Just Navy SEAL.
Bro, jacked Navy SEAL with his shirt off. Like,
How
you
would
ready
you-
to hit the fucking gauntlet?
Oh, how could
Like-
you have said no, though?
I hit the no instantly. I was like, dude, I'm not.
I would have signed up at a recruiter.
He's like, all right,
afterwards.
this workout, 3 minutes straight of pull-ups. I was like, dude, I
Oh my
can't do a
God.
pull-up. What are you talking about?
Damn,
I'll hang on the bar for 3 minutes.
that's
Too
so
exhausted.
fucking
It was
hard.
impossible.
Jesus.
But I
Christ.
hung for like 30 seconds and then 5 seconds at a time after that.
Dude, that shit's hard,
It was impossible. The whole thing.
bro.
And
I
just a
would
jacked Navy SEAL yelling at you.
I would love that.
It felt
I would've
good
came
after
in
a
and
while.
be like,
Well,
"Oh,
it felt
yes,
good.
sir."
It felt pretty good after a while.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Get out there, brother.
Yeah.
Just lay down.
And
like,
just
"Get
him
me
being
up."
like, you're doing pretty good. I was like, thank you.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Thank you, daddy.
That's all I needed.
Like,
dude.
pop that top off. I was like, no, daddy. It'll ruin the workout, sir. I'll be done
Pop
working
that
out.
top off.
I'll
It's
be
so nice.
frozen in front of the mirror. I'll go, what have I done?
I just joined 24-hour fitness. I might start going to people like, pop that top. I might start stealing Valor.
Yeah.
You ready to hit the fucking
He was
butt
hitting me
string?
with pure Andy Elliott.
Was he
he was
really?
Pop the top off. We need to see the problem areas. I was like, dude,
What?
no.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a bit much.
He was being friendly. It was funny.
You should have fucking
Just, yeah.
held nipples. Came
should've
out with
just-
a towel
Yeah, I
around
should
the top.
have instantly took my dick out and be like, that's the problem area. How do we get this bigger, brother?
My ass is all shitty.
My ass is flat and shitty.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I did burpees in the garage yesterday.
That's real tough, dude.
Pretty sick. 100
That's
burpees.
awesome.
100 burpees.
You got a good garage for it too.
I know, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But I who was kicking around? We had a home inspector kicking around. So I kept every time being there doing burpees and I'd hear him coming and be like,
Yeah, you got
"What's up,
to
dude?"
just out of breath in the garage.
Like, what are you doing? I was like,
Well,
just working out in
Just
here.
had an argument with my wife. I'm shadowboxing. Shadowboxing in the garage as hard as I can.
I was there working out on my phone on my trash can, just playing like YouTube lectures. Came up with a new guy. I have a new YouTube crush. He's
Nice.
awesome. Dude, I think
Gotta hear it.
people know about him. Michael Sugru. He's an old school fella. Look at that guy. He's an old school
Ooh, that's
professor.
nice.
He's really nice.
You love these chalk hands.
I like chalk talk.
I hate the chalk hands.
My thing is if they just have one, I'll sit through it. If they have one good idea that I can use, oh my
Yeah.
God. I've totally constructed a worldview. I had no worldview for the longest time, and I've put together personal philosophy and something of a worldview.
That's nice.
It's kind of nice, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just on it. He's talking about Heidegger, big B being. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude. I love that shit. Let's do it for go to bed. I'm like, yeah, fuck
Yeah, there's
this,
nothing wrong with enjoying that.
fuck this small B being.
Yeah.
I get it. Some people don't like it, and I totally understand.
No, I have, yeah. It's like gay stuff. It's like, dude, whatever you're doing in your own home, just don't shove it down my fucking throat. All right.
Don't put it in my face.
Don't put it in my fucking face. Don't fuck my kid with it.
That'd be cool if that got injected into movies. Every movie had to have like a cool,
Yeah, just a philosophy in it like that. Yeah, just a guy hitting you with
not
like
this Heideggerian bullshit again. I do. Well, it's funny for me because like I'll be like, all right, I hear a lot of fuss about this guy. Like, let me see what they're about, and a lot of it is just like, dude, you wrote 4,000 pages on this,
Yeah.
on like the nature of being itself, and he's like, well, if you be, you are being, but you can't know what being. And it's like, dude, this is. I'll get kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
are
Why'd you write
talking
that down?
about? What are you talking
You didn't
about?
need to write that down.
But Heidegger was a Jesuit. He was in the Jesuit seminary.
Ooh, like that.
Yeah, he was a Jesuit.
Jesuits are up to they're up to good
They're
stuff.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
So apparently he wrote like a highly abstracted version of Jesuit theology. That's what my new mentor, he's dead.
That's what you need to get
New
into.
mentor,
we need
Thomas
to get into
Sugra.
fucking good Catholic
That's where all my
philosophy.
stuff's leading to.
Fucking right.
It's
dude.
very tight.
That is where it all ends.
I'm telling you, I've
Go in
been
there, you go, I'm going to read about Freud sucking my daddy's dick, killing my dad, sucking my mom's tits. I'm gay. Everyone's gay. Then all of a sudden, the path just leads straight back to our Lord and Savior.
yeah, dude. It
and
might
his
be.
perfect disciples.
I think it might be the supreme
Yeah.
philosophy. I've been taking on a lot of different worldviews, checking them out. The Eastern stuff is for sure cool, but I was into it for a while. But I was like, no, man, Christianity still reigns supreme. You read it and you're like, because it kind of the Eastern stuff to a point is like total detachment, like and you'll like kind of totally clear your mind. Christianity is the opposite. It's
Yeah,
like,
those guys can. I'd like to punch one of those guys in the
punch him.
bellies.
Go
It's
find
like,
him in his cave. And
I'm going to go to a cave and sit here for 80 years. It's like God gave you life and you spent
Yeah,
it
dude.
sitting in a cave, even though that's kind of what I do. I dwell in a cave.
You're in full on.
Yeah, just My guys need to take that bridge. The World War II game, Company of Heroes 3.
Yeah, but the Christianity is like you have to fully get into the mud. You're an absolutely fallen
You're
creature.
mud dog, dude.
You're a totally fallen creature. And guess what, dude? Guess what? Jesus never got mad at someone because they were a sinner.
And
He
he
got
still
mad at
loves you.
people because they thought they weren't sinners.
Ole do it.
It rules. It's for real the best. It's for real the best.
Yeah, they're like, you think you're king? You're hanging out with all these fucking whores and tax collectors. And he was like, bro.
Well, he was pissed at the Pharisees. He
those
was
are the
like,
bros.
he was chilling with all the fucking.
Yeah. I thought fucking Mel's movie was supposed to come out on Easter.
That's what I thought. It's coming out in like
Fucking
October.
comeback. God damn it.
Although he might be trying to fight like the witchcraft and Satanism of
Yeah,
Halloween. which,
yes.
Thank God. Thank God, Mel.
Ooh, big in black news. Beep, 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 beep,
What you got?
We got breaking black news. We got, dude, you see J. Cole apologize?
Yeah, I saw that.
What the fuck, dude?
I think it's
It was actually kind of nice, honestly.
Yeah, I think it
but
fits his thing. He's
Yeah.
trying to break the mold of,
Yeah, but he
that's
did
like
it.
the classic pantomime thing that permeates through the black society where it's like, he dissed me, now I have to absolutely destroy. And they like that gets carried out full stop where like
Yeah.
you got guys shooting each other over that shit. And he was like, you know what, dude, this is lame. Why am I doing this? But I get 50 Cent apparently is not into it. 50 Cent's like, bro.
50 Cent's the dark
50
lord,
Cent's
dude.
the new president of black people, dude.
Yeah, he is.
He for real has completely rose into total president. Jay-Z's
Yes.
out. 50 Cent is
Yes.
in there, dude. Jay-Z's Biden, 50 Cent's Trump, 100%.
Yes.
And black people being ruled by Black Trump right now, which is 50 Cent. Which, I mean, he's 50 Cent. I'm not going to have, he doesn't have to be
50
Black
Cent
Trump.
fucking rules.
50
dude.
Cent does rule. And he's ruled for a very long time.
Yeah.
He has been the man.
He never stopped being the man.
No, and now it's like he's coming into, everyone's recognizing like, holy shit, this guy
Holy
is like,
shit, he was
seriously
funny and right the entire time. He's been an asshole the entire time. He's hilarious.
He called Diddy a fruit pop like years ago. Diddy did offer to take him shopping.
Yeah, you can't do that.
He's like, yo, I'll buy you clothes. And he said, what? What?
I take him shopping.
Yo,
I took Nate shopping the
Lamese.
other day.
Did you really?
Yeah. And we were laughing about it. I was like, I'm definitely Diddy, dude. I'm taking you to Dick's Sporting Goods to buy some gym shorts.
Now you
Or
gotta
no,
get,
was that you and me? Yeah, that was you and me.
you got to collect what's yours now.
That's because I was going to go buy some shoes. And I was like, you can get some shoes too. And then I didn't buy any and he bought shoes.
Yeah, but this is what different.
And he felt a way about it.
That's the squad. But
he
no,
was like, you keep these. I was like, I'm not wearing those. Those are yours.
dropping a bag on the squad's different. If you were to find someone
Find another man.
that wasn't in the squad, man,
Another
I would-
comedian.
Yes.
That was just like find another rapper, just being like, yo,
Exactly.
Matt Rife. I'm gonna take you shopping, boy.
Yo, I'm gonna get some clothes, bro.
Let's pick
Getting
out
some
clothes.
gear. Checking out a dude's gear and being like, we need to revamp your wardrobe is 50 Cent was 1000% spot
Yeah,
on. Being like, what?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Dude, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna let you buy stuff for me.
Freud would have been all over that.
True.
He'd have been like, that's gay.
Yeah, he would have for sure.
That's your gay subconscious.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Big power game. Although that is so powerful.
Buying another man clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm gonna get your outfit figured out. That because then you get into the dress and you're like, oh, let me just get in there and check it out. Let me see
Yeah.
how this pants look on you.
Then you can go in. Yeah. You go, oop, try these on.
He's like your mom just
Oop, watch
grabbing your
penis.
ass.
Zip.
Yeah,
It almost
man.
didn't zip because of your giant penis.
It's dude, it's
My
yeah.
dad's calling me. I want to kill him. Shit, I might have answered. Said, I want to kill you.
My dad's calling me. I want to kill him.
Phil saw my stand-up act and didn't approve of it.
What?
Well, actually, my mom saw my stand-up act and then reported back to my father. And
Really?
my father called me. He was like, you can't say that. Your mother and I are sad.
Oh, he
So
saw
now he's trying to get back on my good side.
you did.
Because I was like, shut the fuck up, Dad.
Yeah, dude. This
Dad, this is my art.
it's not ready yet.
It wasn't done, and I said inappropriate things, and I apologize.
Did they see all of? Is there one joke in particular they saw that they got
Yeah,
upset about?
They caught a glimpse of that.
Yeah, I can see that. you see that?
Yeah, they caught a glimpse of that one, and they were none too pleased.
I had one recently that I'm retiring forever. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and then I did it, and I felt so evil
Yeah.
after. It was the whole joke was that women get to like, yeah, we have sex toys, we have dildos, and it's like guys have sex toys too. And like when people are like, what are they? It's like they're called women. That's our sex toys. That was pretty funny. The crowd was like, Jesus, man.
Yeah, that is evil.
My mother-in-law was there, and I was like,
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
let that one rip in front of her whole family.
Like, I got
I thought it
this
was
one.
funny. I was like, this is really funny. And
It
then I
is
said
funny,
and I
but
was like,
yeah.
But it's hard when you say it in a room full of people. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
it does make
that's-
you look like a complete psycho.
Yes, I just thought it was a funny play on
Just
words.
like, yeah, they're just inanimate objects. I fuck.
It was a funny play on words. That once I said it out loud, I'm like, I can see that being very hurtful for women everywhere.
Yeah.
That is a funny thing to think about. What women have to deal with, that like just being completely used as a sexual object, where people like your entire just like being and personality. Someone could be like, skip all of that, and it's like, and then you come back and start talking like, I have to go right now. That's
When
pretty
we
brutal.
do that, though, we also have to, because we're all pretending women like sex like that.
Yeah.
So then they should enjoy that. If they liked sex like as much as they say they do,
Yeah.
they should enjoy that.
They
Just
like
skipping all the
boyfriends.
bullshit and fucking. They should love that
True.
as much as we would,
Yeah, true.
but they don't.
Yeah, true. They don't.
Makes me wonder.
Well,
Maybe they
get
don't like sex as much.
once on their natural cycle, you start to see they are horny for like 3 days out of the month. That's pretty much, unless they see a guy that they'd really like to make their boyfriend, and then they'll get horny for that.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's definitely women out there that enjoy just the
True,
pump and dump, but
true. But I also they need a lot of context around it. I think too. They
Yeah.
need to like you. They need to like they're big situation heads. They're big like you'd have to be like an environment where it's like we shouldn't be doing this.
we're really breaking down the broads today. Yeah, but we shouldn't be doing this. Shush is nice.
Oh,
That
we're
works.
breaking down the bras. We can break down the fellers.
We'll break down the broads. We'll break down the blacks next.
Are we still in the black news segment?
No, black news segment.
J.
Coming up
Cole
next,
diss was
Black News.
great.
J. Cole diss.
I was like, good for
Please
him.
let Champagne Poppy get involved, dude. Rap is just WWF.
Big time.
We had a perfect story going, and then J. Cole said, nah. There is
Yeah.
an opportunity, though, for Kendrick to go full sicko mode
He could.
and diss him again, dude. Just be like, that's what I thought, bitch.
Yeah, he could. But it is a.
He has to. He's going to. He's going to be like, when I talk shit, everyone runs away. He's going to say that.
but then J. Cole might go, fuck it. I
You
thought
go,
I did the
Man,
higher
I'm trying
thing."
to take the high road, baby.
Yeah, you think he's going to be like, now it's down to
Now
the
I'm going to
low road.
rhyme about you.
Down to the bro road, dude.
Yes.
I mean, I could write his verse if he wants to, dude. Just let me know.
We should come up with
I
sick verses.
listened to the thing. I was like, that's nice. There was a part of me, too, that I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
It's just so stupid, man.
So silly. Let's
But-
all just have fun.
Yeah, let's have fun. And also, like,
Let's have fun. Make a good, cool
best of
rap.
luck. Why did Ken? What was his whole thing like? He probably was just having a bad. Rappers got to be careful with their bad days.
Yeah.
You have one bad day and be like, I'm top 3. He's not top 4 or 5. And then everyone's like, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
We need to write some lyrical
We just
prose.
need Drizzy Drake, dude.
True.
Please,
He'll be
Six
back.
God. Please, Six God, respond.
He'll be back. Although he did get destroyed by fucking Kanye. Although his Kanye circumstances kind of engulfed him.
Kanye is Kanye is wild,
He
man. dude.
destroyed. That's how nasty he is of an MC. He destroyed Drake and then destroyed
And then he was
himself.
like, "Fuck it, I'm going down too."
I love Hitler.
He didn't really destroy Drizzy though. Other than that track,
Exactly.
Did you ever hear that?
Him and the Pusha T came up, and it was like that was
T.
pretty
Pusha
good.
T went wild on.
that was as good as they can get. But yeah, I guess Kanye didn't do it as much as Pusha T, but he did produce the track, and it was good.
No, Kanye made that Poop Diddy Scoop.
Poop Diddy Scoop was fire.
That's
dude.
hilarious.
Poop
That's just
Diddy
mean.
Scoop.
That's just a mean thing to do. Poop Diddy Scoop? I think so too.
What is that? When he was going Toop Diddy Scoop?
He was like, Drake, I produced this beat for you.
Oh,
And then he gave it to Drake. And I think Drake made a song with it or was about to. And then Kanye released. He just wasted it going, poop did he scoop? Poop, poop did he scoop? Just he just wasted Drake's time. It's just on purpose.
I mean, that's really
It's just
funny.
a crazy move.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Dude.
just be like, wait, why are we fighting? Wait.
That's so nuts, dude.
Yeah. I think that's the story, and it's very funny.
He's off the God train too now. Kanye's totally off the God train. He's like, well, I thought you were like Christian. He's like, he abandoned me. I need to help myself now.
I saw that
So
clip.
I'm gonna rap about getting pussy.
I saw that clip. It wasn't the one. Is that
Was
the
it out
one
of
where
context?
he's like, we need to do more than pray. Every time I pray, where's God? He doesn't help me out.
Yeah, so that might have
That's
been
kind of a
might have been a small.
that's kind
little
of Christian theology also.
yeah, you have to
It's
help
like you can't
yourself.
just pray, dude.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I think his thing was he's like, I'm not cursing anymore. I'm not going to rap about getting pussy. And then he was like, well, what the fuck am I?
I'm back, dude.
What am I
Who am I
gonna do?
talking about? I just said I love Hitler.
I do like his wife. The fact that like she's a constant news story. So I can't
Yeah.
figure out, is that like a PR firm thing, or are they just like?
I don't think
'Cause it's
Kanye, I don't think
nonstop.
Kanye is dealing in PR firms.
I don't think so either. I was
If
like,
he
I
is,
wouldn't.
that's the wildest PR firm of all time.
Dude, she's in my fucking newsfeed every time I pick it up. It's
Yeah.
like she's wearing a spandex suit with her nipples
She's
sticking
wearing
out.
saran wrap with his farts are trapped wherever she goes.
Every week it's like Gaza, Kanye West's big titted lady that he prays
Yeah.
around. It's like she's a major news story
That's
constantly.
good.
It is pretty cool. I was trying to figure
She's
out.
getting
Like,
more burned than Ukraine right now.
she is.
She's getting way more burned than Ukraine, Russia.
She is. She's for real. In terms of like our collective attention, she like her future slut outfits are.
Future slut outfits are pretty cool to see.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, those jumpers,
Especially
man.
they're always in a place that a future slut outfit should not be.
True.
So it's like in the airport or like
They're in
in the
the ru-
shopping mall or just on the street in
Or
Venice.
They'll be in Athens. They go to like ruins of ancient societies,
Yeah.
and she just like,
Like, here's a future slut, dude.
just farts on it. Kanye West's wife farted today, and
She farted on the Parthenon today.
we saw her pussy shake all
Beep,
over
beep,
the
beep, beep, beep,
pyramids.
Black news: Kanye West's future slut farted on the Parthenon.
True. She is
She's a
definitely.
voluptuous woman.
She's a very voluptuous woman, but I think he's trying to keep her snatched. You know what
Yeah.
snatched means?
No.
It's when like your midsection's super tight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Snatched.
Just a natural.
Brittany said that to me the other day. She's like, "You get your body gets snatched." I was like, "Where the
Yeah.
fuck are you getting these?"
You just need a permanent corset.
Yeah, true. Or you just need a diligent husband who's going to monitor your calories.
He's going to monitor your calories.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's a good husband. You
Yeah.
go, oop, put that down. I need you in peak physical condition.
I need you to show off my ski suits,
Damn, that'd be tough to tell a lady to put down a fucking sweet.
bro. Have you ever done it?
I've never been in a position to monitor someone else's calories. If someone breaks out the sweets, I go, ooh, give me one of those.
Girls love monitoring a dude's sweet. They like getting you fat. First of all, they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Yeah, they're enablers," and then they start
And then
going.
they
like,
go, you're getting a little chubby.
"You don't? Are you hungry right now?" I'm like, "I'm basically. I'm not like my stomach's not hungry, but it's been a long time." I'm like, "Yeah, I can tell I'm a little bit weak right
Yeah.
now." I'm off the pig cycle. I was on a hard pig cycle.
You're pigging out?
Oh my god, dude! I'm like, I went to Disney.
Pig cycle is crazy.
I was on the
dude.
pig cycle.
You
I'm
should
off.
see when I hit a pig cycle.
Oh,
Fucking chaos, dude. We're going to beat ups. I'm gonna order wings when we get there. Drink a couple beers. Oh, second meal.
Yeah, true. I was on a hard. I fucking
I
just.
caught Lamisi on a pig cycle the other night.
What were you on?
Sneaking back to his room with slices. Sneaking back to his room with slices of pizza. I was like, where are you going, dude? He's holding 2 pepperonis. Taking it to the bedroom for the pig cycle.
There's nothing better than just holding the moments before you're eating a pizza. Just carrying it is for real. It's the best.
I don't even sit down when there's pizza. I go, first slice doesn't count. I picked it up straight out of the box. And I go, all right, now I'm going to settle down. Now I'll get a plate, put 2 on it. I'm going to stand for these 2. And I'll go, maybe no one saw me get that first one. I can say, I've had 3. That's a lot. I've had 4.
Taking a double slice onto the plate. I mean,
Double
dude,
slice onto the plate after the first standing.
The first right out of the box standing while everyone's organizing like the soda and stuff. Such a nice move.
I mean, when it's grub for everyone like that,
Oh, it's feeding frenzy.
the greed kicks in.
Dude, I saw a thing where they're like, we don't understand why sharks engage in feeding frenzies, and was like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Of course you do.
Yeah.
They're pigging out. And they're just
They're
spazzing.
going nuts. Yeah.
It's like I've seen it happen with humans a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Buffalo dip at Gillis Family Christmas.
Oh my God.
The boys were circling. Big dogs circling.
It is nice.
Tell you
being-
what, Nancy Pelosi's a bitch.
I will say it does.
See your fucking gay husband get hit with that hammer? Oh. Slow down. God damn, you're taking all the dip. Yeah.
I've been to family parties before where there's not like a lot of times I'll go and it almost feels infinite where you're just like, yeah, and you're piling mac and cheese. I've been there before. I'm like, oh, rations are like
The rations, that
Limited.
sucks.
and you're just kind of like, and then I'll just literally like a different part of me will take over, and I'm like,
Yeah.
huge thing, like,
Why
run
shouldn't
away.
it be mine?
Why shouldn't it
They're not even going to eat the whole thing.
be mine?
Lamezi, I saw Lamezi hit the greed. We got barbecue. The boy got a lot.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah,
barbecue.
you got you
What'd you hit?
greeded out. I was down to one slice of brisket after I look over at his plate, 10.
There was two. There was two.
Two, my and how many ribs? How many chicken? How many ribs?
I had two. I didn't have any chicken. I didn't get any
broke
chicken.
my heart watching you do that to me.
He ordered like the brisket, chicken,
Yeah.
ribs.
Yeah, I had the ribs. up,
First
too.
dibs obviously goes straight to Lamezi. He dibbed it out. You and Nate took a majority of it. Left me and Guard Dog with scraps.
We portioned it out, dude. It was fair.
Damn.
We didn't take anything crazy.
Kind of racist. They
It,
teamed up on you guys. They teamed up on
yes, but it was over ribs.
you. That's what I'm saying.
It was their subconscious. I couldn't argue. It was the black man sub beep 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 beep. Beep. Black subconscious.
They were running hand signals.
Yeah, go. Divvy the wings. Divvy the ribs. These honkies wouldn't even know what to do with all these ribs.
I told you I got hit with that in a KFC one time in West Philly. I was ordering just a biscuit, and the guy literally went, Psh, probably never even had a biscuit before. And I turned around like, why would you do
Of
that?
course I've had a biscuit.
I've had this is like
What are
my
you, a
seventh
dumbass?
biscuit. This is my seventh biscuit. Yeah, he fucking can't believe that. I got people want to say,
You ordered just a biscuit at a KFC?
times are hard back then. I was struggling.
Oh,
back
okay.
then.
Yeah.
Times I was struggling,
I
dude.
thought this was a recent thing. I was like, what are you doing?
This is back in the day.
Yeah.
All I had money for was my biscuit.
I would,
Just a single biscuit.
when I was working at Ardmore Toyota, I would take the change in my car to buy a $1 cheeseburger at the McDonald's. For my lunch break, I would pay with 10 dimes.
You'd have to treasure hunt.
Yeah. It was
You were
Dark.
a 49er.
dark times. dude.
Yeah, you had to hit the hills and pan for silver.
Paying for, yeah.
nickel.
Get them, like, yeah. Oh, this is a quarter. This is good. Used all my quarters. I was down to nickels towards the end.
Oh,
Got a flat tire, bankrupt.
that
Flat
sucks.
tire on the way to work, almost cried because I was like,
Did they fix it there?
yes, they did. But then, I was working basically factory.
Oh yeah.
It was like factory thing where they were like, now you owe the company your
Oh,
time.
they wouldn't hook it up.
They didn't really
pigs.
hook it up.
Pigs. That's crazy. I got a flat tire one time. I went and I picked up a quarter pound of weed at the post office and was so excited that like it worked out. And then I got a flat tire on 76 and I had to just drop some off to somebody. So I was just going, boom, 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 boom,
Oh
boom.
no.
So I was like, I'm not pulling over. In my head, I was like, if I pull over, they're going to know it's in
Yeah.
my, like, when you have something like that, you're like, if someone
And that
sees
smells.
this box, it was vacuum sealed.
It
thank
didn't
God.
smell. Oh.
No, it was vacuum, but I think I had like an ounce of weed on me to give to somebody. So I just like pulled up to like the Eagle Stadium on a flat and just like gave someone an ounce of weed and just drove
Damn, you're
home.
doing deals in the parking lot at the link? That's fucking awesome, man.
I pulled up like boom, 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 boom,
That's
boom. Like,
kinda-
here you go, brothers. Like boom, 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 boom.
That's-
All the way home.
That's Philly strong, dude.
It was, dude.
That's the ultimate Philly
That's
strong.
bleeding green.
That's bleeding green.
That's bleeding green.
That's birds colors. Go birds. This.
That's bleeding green right there.
Yeah, true.
My matcha.
Coffee's not for birds fans, dude. Matcha.
True, it has to be matcha. Now I'd say coffee's more for bird fans, actually.
Yeah, Wawa. Yeah.
If I show this to my dad,
48 coffees at Wawa, hot dogs. It's time to hit the job site with the most vicious diarrhea imaginable. Hangover from light beer.
it's
Then
dude.
you go, all right, now it's time to get 7 coffees, 3 hot dogs.
I am in awe of dudes who hold down just pure Wawa diet on like 48 to 60 ounces of coffee a day.
I think if you stick to one thing, I mean,
True.
don't get me wrong, it's going to destroy you, but
True.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
You're
think your
saying
body
if you-
probably gets used to digesting insane shit. Like it probably just fast tracks it through.
like
You
an
get
Italian.
no nutrients out of it, just fucking flies right out of you.
If you're like a sizzly with coffee, an Italian hoagie with a coffee or a soda,
Yeah,
and a coffee in the yeah, your body is just
flying.
orders up.
You must shit. You must shit as soon as you eat it.
Your stomach's
just a mortar. Just,
Your stomach's like a steel foundry. Just the cells are like, and you drink a glass of water.
It's
and
Mountain
Mad,
Dew.
it's Mad
It's
Max.
Mountain-
You
it's
drink
Mountain-
water, and the whole body's like, told you I have an uncle. I've never seen him drink water
Beezer.
ever. Beezer won't. Yeah, I guess he won't drink water.
I've never seen the bees.
Gatorade, soda, milk.
Yeah.
Gatorade's when he's like, all right, it's time to fucking take care of
Yeah.
myself. I'm gonna slam the Gatorade, which is such a tight way to hold it down. And he claims, he goes, dude, I don't feel sick because he's like, I just don't think I ever think about it. I was like, damn, that's fucking.
That's one of the business heads. I heard that guy. He's like, no, I don't get sick anymore. Being sick is a mind frame.
Yeah, I've
Like,
heard.
yeah, well, my sister has cancer.
Yeah, true.
It's all in her head.
Yeah, well, they're just talking about colds.
Yeah, it is. That's the problem.
They're just talking about colds when they say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's all in her head. That's exactly what the doctor said. Turns out it's all in her head.
They're gonna cut it out of there.
They're gonna chop her fucking head open.
Yeah, those business guys are talking about colds. They're like, I don't get sick. It's like, dude, you're talking about a fucking common cold and like
Yeah.
going to work and blowing your nose in the bathroom. Being like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a stomach virus and you were puking and had a
Yeah,
fever,
if you're like shaking,
you're not,
chills,
you're not
sweat.
gonna,
Yeah,
you're not gonna be like,
this is bullshit. I can still make some day trades.
I get it. I get that all applies. If I have a cold and I totally like freak out about it, then like, yeah, maybe it makes it a little bit worse. But yeah, I don't. When people are like, it's all in your head. It's like you're just not sick right
A cold you can plow through.
now. You can plow through a cold.
Yeah.
But when you're like, it's all in your head. It's like you're just not sick.
Yeah.
If you were actually sick, you'd be.
Yeah, you
fucked.
know it. You know it when you're actually sick.
Yeah, dude. If you had like, if you're like diarrheaing blood, you'd be like, I just got to be more positive about this.
I need to do fucking 100 push-ups right now.
True.
I just diarrheaed blood.
Yeah, the big homie Wes is the king of that.
Yeah.
Him and his boy just being like, I was telling you about this when they did that whole video where they're just like, yeah, dude, like I don't even sleep. And like, if I'm tired, I just go to the gym even harder. And he's like, I'm so shredded that if I lay on my bed, it hurts. He's like, my fat body
That
fat's
happened to
so
me,
low.
dude. My back got so shredded. This morning I woke up, I was like, I had to just
Well,
lay.
their whole conversation was like, yeah, we're rich. Yeah, we're loaded. But like, we hate our lives.
Yeah.
That's why we're rich. And he's like, you have to hate your life forever. That's how you keep your edge. It's like, I guess, man.
Man.
I guess. That way you can stay the boss and just hate your life and just be like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm so shredded. It hurts when I sleep. I don't sleep. He said he doesn't eat carbs during the day too, which is a sick move. He doesn't eat any carbs, just protein. So that way at nighttime,
Oh,
he eats
yeah.
carbs.
He said he crashes.
Insulin spikes. And he said he just passes out. Because if you're that shredded, you just need to go into an insulin coma and pass out. Kind of sick. I want to see that's going to reach a fever pitch. It has to.
Getting
Some
shredded.
guys
Business head, shredded business head.
Yeah, well, the bedtime, Watson's pushed up the business head bedtime to like, or the wake up time. He's like 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're going to become nocturnal. They're going to become vampires.
The
dude.
business heads?
It's like,
Yeah.
because you can't get up any earlier. Than
I'm doing power cleans at 2:30 in the morning.
I mean, Wahlberg, Jocko, or Dick swinging at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Big homie Wes is, I think, 2:30 a.m., which is arguably partially nocturnal. 2:30 a.m. is like it's the middle
That's
of the night.
chaos, dude. It's gonna be dark for so long
I know.
while you're awake.
I know. You just wake up at 2:30 and just take your shirt off and just start screaming at your
Nice.
iPhone. That's someone's going to surpass that. It's going to
Yeah.
it's going to become something. I don't know.
Last night was funny. We were talking about Brian Simpson was talking about like if this for some reason I don't know why I thought this screaming at your iPhone and surpassing things. Eventually, they were like AI. Rogan was on one. He was like AI is going to get so powerful that it's smarter in our lifetime. It'll be smarter than every human combined. And then Brian Simpson was like, and then the real dilemma is, do we elect that AI
remember.
president?
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, dude, there's only one human that can stop this. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump versus the AI supercomputer. There's only one human that's like, I'm smarter than that. That
Yeah.
computer's dumb as shit.
Or who could roast it? If you hit that with a killer nickname, it could completely.
the virus, just like that's actually not true. I'm not that. I swear.
My legs are an appropriate length. Yeah, true. That could defeat AI.
Trump dog's our only shot.
I wonder what kind of Trump nickname an AI can come up with. If you're like, give a Trump nickname,
What if the AI defeats Trump at making nicknames?
it's like Deep Blue for like the chess program.
Oh no.
Just crushes him. Although I don't know, it still doesn't have the
Yeah.
humor. that
but
well.
the funnier, the dumber the nickname that Trump comes up with, it's funnier.
Well, that's something. That's the AI's at a
AI
disadvantage.
can't figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. The AI is too small. I mean, dude, he for real crushed DeSantis. DeSanctimonious was
Desanctimonious. See you later. Next. Who's next? Dude?
DeSanctimonious is so funny. Dude, I was in his great state of Florida.
Oh, nice.
What did it say?
I'm chat GPTing it right now. It said, can you give me 3 mean nicknames for Donald Trump? And it's just thinking.
Damn.
It can't think of anything. It's been defeated.
Oh, it's fucking
Pussy
stumped.
ass.
It's already been defeated.
ChatGPT, pussy ass.
Stumped. Let's see. I don't think Grok would do it. Grok on principle would be like, no. Trump is important for the future of our democracy. I could be wrong. I like when Bitcoin came out. People talked to me about Bitcoin in like 2012.
Yeah.
You know, you got to buy it, and I was like, shut up. And I was like, all right, I was wrong about that one. But AI, I'm still kind of like, yeah, we'll see. Like in terms of like script writing and all that stuff, I think it'll be a flurry of them, but then you're gonna be able to be like, yeah, it's an AI script. You'll be
Yeah.
able to read it, like, yeah, this is written by a machine. There will be, after a lot of them, I think there will be telltale signs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Aren't they doing like an AI George Carlin
Like a
special?
really?
Lemizia, could you look that up? And I think that's selfish.
What do you mean?
He's dead, dude. Don't ruin stand up.
Yeah,
Don't come back and be like, I'm better. I'm still better than everyone. It's not like
Yeah.
it's his estate.
Yeah, true. It'd have to be approved probably by his descendants.
I think they're the ones. Yeah.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice. Imagine the bag you could give to your family by allowing them to do AI hours
Yeah.
for you. But the problem is you wouldn't have. I guess they could build. Eventually, it would just become so far away from the actual thing because they're
Yeah.
going to just copy all of his material, base it off that. But then it would be based off like the copies of the copies of the
Yeah.
copies, and eventually it would just be like, yeah, I'm a fucking slut.
George Carlin's new hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 7
Sorry,
of
I
mine,
like dick. I know that bothers men. I hope he does like a woke, like, I'm black. Sorry, white people. I know you hate to see a black man.
If his thing comes back and it's just black.
Yeah.
What if we start doing hybrids like Carlin Pryor? And then they come up with like a amalgamation of the two people. That'd be pretty tight.
Yeah. Just Carlin screaming the N-word.
He's calling himself the
Yes. That would rule. It would
pretty
be number
cool.
one. Did you find anything?
Yeah, it's called George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead. It got set to private because the family sued them.
Oh, they were
yes.
making it and the family said no.
No, it was like it was a guy from a podcast who made it. And he posted it on YouTube and the family sued him and he made it private. And then he later said that it was actually written by people, but I think it was AI.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever.
So the family sued because he couldn't use George Carlin's likeness.
Yeah.
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's what they get.
Good.
Good 1 point for the Carlin estate. I wonder how much they got from him though. Like, how much do they squeeze the YouTuber for?
$1,500.
Yeah, true. Or like we're gonna monetize. They should just ran
Got
ads.
18 million views. They got $1,500.
I guess that would bother me if like somebody just put up a video
Yeah,
of like my
for sure.
dead mom talking for an hour,
For
and I'd be
sure.
like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well,
We should probably switch over to the Patreon.
yeah, switch to the motherfucking patch. Where are we at, Lemaire?
No way.
My God, what a
I thought we were
dance.
way further.
Me too. I could have sworn we're at a solid hour.
I thought we were well past an hour.
Well, either way, I could
steaming right along.
I can still tell you about this, dude. I went to the magical.
Yeah, I was going to save that for the Patreon, but
patch.
yes, let's hear it.
Spill the beans on that, dude.
Spill
So we get down to where first of all we flew at 7 a.m. Which, dude, I understand. Brittany was like, it's either that or we connect a flight and have like a layover. And I was like, you never really know how bad it's truly going to be. I'm like, yeah, we'll just do like a super early flight. I was like,
Oh,
wake the kids up, they'll be all right, dude. The flight wasn't really that bad. It's just you get there and like when you throw kids sleep off, they were just like melting down. It was bad. We got
Damn.
there, we were all exhausted. It was we had to get up at like fucking 4:30 or 5 o'clock. I was basically on Jocko time for a day, and my whole family fell apart. Like, so you get down there shattered from the day, and then you get in, you do all the stuff you got to do, and it was me, Brittany, our two kids, comedian James McCann, his wife, and 3 kids. So we just found this. Brittany found this Airbnb that was like 10 or 15 minutes from Disney World. So they had like a Super Mario room with like a castle bunk bed.
Yeah.
There was like a dinosaur.
That's
room.
exciting.
The place was fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's
dude.
very
It was
fun.
actually really sick. There was like an air hockey table. It was fun. We get into there. Day 1, we're all just dead. Second day, we wake up at like 8:30 in the morning. We got to Disney World by like 9:30 maybe. And I didn't realize when you drive into Disney World, it's like we got dropped off, thank God, but they had to drive and park. There's a line for parking, so you sit in a line for parking. You get into the parking thing, and then you walk to sit in another line to get on a ferry to get to the place where you can go through and show your ticket. So then that's another line. And then so I'm like, dude, this is going to be a fucking disaster. Like we're not even going to make it. We're going to be in lines all day. So then we got out of that and we get into the Magical Kingdom. And I will say I got completely converted into a Disney head. As soon as we walk in, it's just there's this giant, it's like this little, they really do make this little town. And you're like, this is so clean. I'm like, this is so nice.
Yeah.
And then there's just Mickey Mouse having like a Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse bringing out like princesses and all these characters. And like my kids were just fucking losing their mind. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's so nice.
I couldn't understand when you were sending me those bounding videos. I was like, what the fuck? I had no like idea of like why they were doing this. Now I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah, they're obsessed.
Disney is for real. Like it's like a religious thing to go to to like go down there and kind of immerse yourself in that world. Now I'm like, okay, dude, there's like for real adults that would go. We were doing the princess meet and greets. There'd be like a 30-year-old lady in a dress, bro. By the way, I'm telling you, I was like, if my kids, because they offer a hug,
They would have had to greet the meat.
They offer, they offer a hug to every kid. So I was trying to slide in
In
there.
the hug line.
If Chloe would walk away, I'd be like, I'll take that. I'll take that hug.
You took the hug.
No.
Oh, I thought you did. I was like, holy shit.
They would have called
dude.
security. But dude, they keep
How nice were the princesses? Were
bro,
they very
they
pretty?
keep it tight, dude. They keep those princesses.
Snatched up.
They're snatched, bro. They keep them. I really think if you like gain too many lbs, you get fired.
Rightfully so.
the
And
evil
they'll
queen.
change that. There's going to be fat fucking princesses soon.
I mean, dude, if they've gotten around it now, I think fat ladies can like usher you through the line to the princess, but I don't think there's plenty of that going on. But I don't think they allow them to be princesses because Disney could argue like, dude, we have to capture the illustrated likeness, so they could get around all of that. We're like, this is a role we're casting.
Ooh, I think I found a way around Governor Abbott's nasty rules.
What?
Disney princesses at the park. Let me take a look at these. Oh my goodness, Jasmine.
Yeah,
Did you get to meet Jasmine?
No, unfortunately.
Holy shit. Very fortunate. If you would have met her, it would have been.
True. I could have turned into Jafar.
You would have kidnapped her immediately. The Disney princesses are beautiful.
Dude, I was for real. Like, I would just walk in there, like, all right, I guess we'll meet Cinderella. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, we met Cinderella, Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
She's not really a princess, though.
She becomes a princess due to the loophole because she marries a prince. Lemaire, don't come back with that.
Oh
bullshit.
my
She is a
God,
princess.
dude. They have Ariel.
And he kisses her after the marriage, and then she is a princess when she marries the
Little
prince.
Mermaid has giant
Come on, bro.
tits, dude.
Dude, the Little Mermaid was a slut, bro.
Yes.
They did a princess parade on the floats, and the Little Mermaid, I remember being like, she looked like a raver, like Burning Man slut. And I was like, what the fuck? Little Mermaid might have been the sluttiest princess, I think, of the whole day.
Definitely. But you didn't see Jasmine. Jasmine in this is.
Let me just for,
Yes, for research.
yes, for the next time I go to Disney World.
You got to time it. You got to call ahead and go, I'm bringing my kids. Is Jasmine going to be in the park today?
Does Jasmine need anything for lunch or whatever? Like, she's probably hungry.
Does she have like a favorite restaurant?
You got to visit the one in California now.
Disneyland?
Yeah.
I don't think Disneyland's as big
I don't
as
fuck
Disney
with
World.
Disneyland, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'm East Coast all day.
Yeah, I keep hearing about Disneyland. I also do think Disney World's the OG world.
Yeah.
You know what Epcot stands for? Environmental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Never would have got
Dude,
that.
you would love Space
Space Mountain.
Yo, brother. Yeah, that's tough. Space Mountain, that the ball in Epcot. Dude, so there was a ride. So we meet the princesses, all's well, everything's great. They're very quick too. They're in character. If you ask, there was one lady who was Princess Elena, who like, it's like a weird
that
Disney
one?
show. It's just on Disney Plus. Or like I don't think a lot of people know who it is. Me and Maya would watch it. So I was like, holy shit, it's Princess Elena. And I was like trying to hit her.
You see that to her face. Holy shit.
Well, Brittany was like, which one is that? And Maya didn't know. I was like, That's the Red Princess. That's Princess Elena. And she was like, oh, it's me. And then I asked her, I said something about like Elena. Like I was saying something about the kingdom. I was like, oh, I'm from a kingdom. And she like, they snapped back real quick. Like, oh, I bet your kingdom's great. Kind of like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
But they are very quick, dude. They're like anything. The kids.
Isn't the Rain Train? Isn't Rainy like a Disney head?
He's an adult Disney, but he's like an adult Disney pervert, I think.
I think everything Rainy does, it's whatever he does, he perverts it.
But there is a weird adult.
We gotta get the Rain Train on to
World.
discuss these princesses.
We do, dude.
Yeah.
Because there is also there's like little kids. Like I had the little girls like kind of freaking out. Then there's like the bounders, like the Disney adults, and then there's like dudes who are taking pictures, like couples that are like you can just tell it's like their fifth marriage.
Yeah,
there's like a dude, like a tanned guy with a goatee, and just kind of like a barfly. It's just in front of the Magic Castle,
just drunk, just drunk. Holy fuck, it's Princess Elena. Holy shit, she's here. She's beautiful.
He starts questioning his fifth marriage. He's like, I just love the princesses so much.
I need to talk to the princess.
But that's why. So that's the reason behind the bounding. I didn't realize this. If you're an adult, you can't wear the costume because then you could be mistaken as an actual cast member.
That's why they have to bound.
That's why they bound.
Yeah,
that's why they push the limits.
That's the point.
Yeah, it's pretty. But there was like it's 14 and under. You can dress as a princess. Anything above that, you can't. You'll be kicked out for impersonating a cast member. But
yeah, I can see how that was a problem.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
like, I'm gonna dress up like a character so I can hug all the kids
and pervert. Yeah, and pervert, and they're perverts. Yeah, but dude, we go there, so we do all that stuff. I was like, man, this is actually kind of blowing my mind. Is that a bounder? That's a little too close.
I'm afraid I've been thinking. Oh, unfortunate.
It's literally just like, what if every character was gay as fuck? Dude?
I got friends on the other side. Pathetic.
That was a fantastic joke by James McCann when we saw the princess parade. The princes are with them. James is like, wow, I wonder if the princesses know that all their husbands like men because they're just gay guys in the float. Like, that was really funny. Yeah, we watched. So we did that. We went to so we saw the princess parade, and then there was a guy. This was the dude. We were getting assaulted by British guys, rude British guys constantly. If you go to Disney World, watch out for the Brits. They're fucking assholes.
Yeah, of course. Get the Brits out,
dude. I'm telling you, man.
Up the rod. You should have upped the rod at Disney,
dude. Well, Brittany upped the rod. One guy pretty badly, dude. It was we're at the princess parade, and so we're like right in the front. And this guy standing there, he has two teenage kids. His kids are sitting down, so like people can see over their backs as it was just little kids. The dad is standing. The dad's like 6'2", just standing there, blocking the vantage. And
he's a Brit.
Yeah, and Brittany was like,
all right, hey, the princess,
dude. They
probably worship the fucking princess.
That's what I'm saying. I think they saw that monarchy. I think they're jealous of our monarchy.
Yeah,
but they were sitting there, and Brittany was like, hey, do you mind if like there's this line. She's like, do you mind backing up like 2 feet? So like we had like 5 little like fucking 4-year-olds. Do you mind if they get in front of you so they can see? And you can, and he was like, no, I got here first and I'm videotaping. And Brittany was like, you're videotaping this shit? And he was like, I got here first. I'm not moving. And he had like 2 teenage kids with him. So, and Brittany's, I'm like, just chill. And I was like, dude, can you just do me a solid? I was like, back up a foot. You can videotape just so the kids can see around you. No, I'm not moving. I'm like, dude, I was like, that's kind of crazy. I was like, that's really weird you're doing that. I was like, do your thing. I'm like, that's bizarre. And he was like, And then so they start coming. Brittany held Maya up in front of his camera. He's like, oh yeah, real nice, very nice of you.
Oh man.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, he was pissed off.
That is a gathering of fucking dickheads at that place.
Well, dude, and that's the thing. Disney World is like, there is like that weird, like almost like you're in church where like there's a pressure, like you can't act up in there. It's kind of, it looks crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like supposed to be a very special
it's fun
place.
And there's kids. Yeah.
But there are apparently compilations of Disney World arrests, and I can see it going wrong.
I've peeped those.
Because they do pump you you can get pumped with the alcohol and Epcot and all that stuff.
People get pumped on that booze.
Yeah.
They get a little rowdy.
Getting hammered in Disney World is kind of tight. I had just a simple marg and a flight of mezcal.
My dad took me to Disney. It was just me and Phil when I was a kid. I was in 5th grade, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I was a little old. I was 3rd grade was when he told me I was going.
Oh yeah.
It was a Christmas gift. I didn't get anything.
You waited for
Christmas.
2 years.
I didn't get anything for Christmas that year except a towel with Mickey Mouse on it. And I opened it. I was like, "The fuck's this?" They're like, "You're going to Disney World." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
And you went 2 years later.
2 years later, my dad finally had like a business trip in Florida, and he was like, "All right, fine." He got fucking. That's all we did. We just went to fucking Epcot. I just watched my dad go to like the German section.
Get
And just drink beer. He was like, "Look at this! I got you one of these." It was like chicken on a stick, and I was actually pumped.
Yeah, it's actually.
I was like, "This is so fucking cool." I've
If
never
you
had
give
this.
kids stuff on sticks, they are.
Yeah.
That's a
that
huge
holds
hack.
up though. That's Freud would know all about that. That's
True.
That's just gay.
True. It's phallic.
We like to eat phallic things.
It's your father's handing you
Your
his
father's
penis.
handing you his penis. You're eating it. You're gay.
You're
You wanna
destroying
kill
it. No,
him.
you're destroying it.
You're destroying your dad's cock.
You can't have the threat of obliteration from your father.
I
Well,
hate-
your
dude,
father
I'm
will
done
cut
with-
your
I'm
penis
done with
off.
it.
Your father will cut your penis
It's time
off.
to read fucking Popper. Karl Popper's the bro, dude. We're done with this Freud bullshit.
He's too reductionistic. I can't. I mean, for physics, yeah, but for the subjective human experience,
Reduction.
Popper just is lost, dude, in the mirrored hallway. So, well, I say, hold on, still. Let me put this in my lab. I say,
Oh, you want to suck your father's cock? Yes, this is nice. This is totally normal. I had a rough improv last night. I forgot about that.
What was
I don't know
it?
if you saw it. I just broke out into a Hitler.
When?
There was a part of a joke where I was like, if you don't laugh, this is just hate speech right now. And I was like, it's an and people were like, because I fucked up the impression. It didn't even sound like Hitler. It just sounded like I had a stroke. I was on stage. just,
Also, Hitler does sound like he's having a fucking stroke.
He's fired up, dude.
Yeah.
You would be too.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I'll never do it again. I came out last night and greeted the crowd. I was like, where are all my Jews at? Just, I thought it'd be funny because I
It
wanted to
is
talk about
funny.
Jewish people. People
It
were
is
not
funny.
happy.
Yeah.
And I got all self-conscious. I was like, oh, shit, fuck. Where
Yeah.
all my motherfucking Jews at?
When you start with a rough one,
Yeah, it's tough.
I've opened with that joke that my mom got sad about a couple times, and it's an intense bomb.
yeah.
It's an intense one where people are like, "Oh my god,
I thought people
this
would
guy's
laugh.
a prick."
Yeah, people went, ooh. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to like,
Yeah,
you
I'm not
start being
gonna-
like, I'm not trying to kill them. It's like,
I'm not
people
trying
are
to
like,
kill them.
I'm not going to fucking beat them up. I'm going to subject them to a certain, yeah. Oh, but dude, so then we went to Epcot and did you go on that inside like the,
I don't think I did.
dude,
In the ball?
you would get so fucking fired up in that
What's
ride
going on
on the
in there?
ball. I forgot all about it. I went on it when I was little and I didn't,
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I think you just walk around this thing. 'Cause James was like, what is it? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, walk around. It's like a gift shop, I think. No, dude, you get on a ride that takes you from like throughout history and shows basically like the evolution of Western civilization. But it's these mechanical guys and they're taking you through this big like dome and you're looking at like cavemen, then the ancient Egyptians. It's pretty much, it's actually all of civilization, but they, it's like they throw in the Egyptians and I think like the Middle East. But they have like this age, the Greeks, the Romans, and you're going on and on. It goes to like the 20s, the 50s, the 70s. It just shows you like how humans have evolved through technology. And dude, I was like so fired up about it.
That's it.
It was really cool. And then you go into a thing and like you look at the nighttime. It's like they show you like the stars and this giant dome. It's fucking awesome.
That is nice.
I was so fucking fired up. But our fucking thing was in Chinese. So I had to narrate I was like, because they would just be like,
What?
well, I'm on hush, because our cart, somehow the language was set to Chinese. Where our guide was just weird. And Brittany was so fucking mad. And I was, no, I know what this is. This is Greek. This is Greece. I can tell. And then now we're in Rome. So I had to narrate all the stuff to her. So she was kind of
Why
bummed
the
about that.
fuck was it in Chinese?
That's
dude?
what she was saying, bro. She was so mad. She was so pissed off.
I'd be pissed.
But I was like-
I'd be pissed.
But I was trying to hit her with that stuff. I'm like, this is even better because we can just
We
think
can just
about it
make
for
it
ourselves.
up.
We can just think about it for ourselves. I was spot on. I got the Greek. I'm like, we're about to hit Rome next. We did, and then what the fuck else? It was sick though. But I didn't know when they were like showing papyrus, like the invention of paper. I was like, yeah, there's fucking that's like the Turkish Empire.
Egypt inventing paper.
I had no idea.
All right,
Yeah, let's
pace
swing
it up,
over.
dude.
Let's get to the real stuff.
Now it's time to get down to business.
Let's get to the real stuff.
on the Patreon.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yo, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Hanging out, hanging out.
What
hanging
the
out.
fuck, dude? We're here
I'm
with
in great-
Nick
I'm just in a
Bryant.
silly
You're
mood.
just
I'm in a
you're
very
wacky
silly mood.
man
I'm
today.
a wacky man. I'm in
Nick.
a very light mood.
Well,
I just read. You ever read Thomas Merton before?
I have read Thomas Merton.
I finished his book, Seven Story Mountain.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What's it about?
Oh, it's about this guy who becomes a Trappist monk and how his whole journey, like basically kind of draft dodged, honestly. He was facing World War II and he was like, maybe
actually,
I
I'm a monk.
will become.
I'm actually a monk.
And he's pretty clear about it. He was like, I was just going to check it out. And they're like, we'll give you 1 more month to get your affairs in order. And he's like, yeah, monk it is. And his brother went actually and died as a pilot. And he wrote a very beautiful poem for his brother at the end of the book.
Oh, damn.
It's about his like brother's dead body that's just charred up in the middle of some field.
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
great. It's a beautiful book though.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He embraced Eastern philosophy
Yeah.
and Buddhism, and he was like the first major religious heavyweight in the West to do that. So that his writings are actually still pretty popular.
Yeah. So either way, that's why I'm in a very light mood. I finished it last
Buoyant.
night.
Thomas Merton has made you buoyant.
It has.
All right.
He's lifted me above just this absolute terrible society that we're all trapped in.
Well, I'm sure our discussion will bring you back down to earth.
Yeah,
and,
let's talk Diddy.
Put you in the seventh circle of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah. So you did a deep dive on the diddler himself.
P. Diddy, yes. You know, it's kind of interesting. I like to stick to facts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching people talk about P. Diddy, and some guy says this, and there's just been this rabid speculation. And then I think I've even seen the Illuminati, that he's part of the Illuminati or something like that.
That's Jay-Z.
And yes. And so I decided to take a deep dive into P. Diddy. I got his lawsuits, the 5 lawsuits that were pending against him. I read them. And 2 of those lawsuits were initiated by women who were minors at the time. I mean, he was really into roofing young girls.
Yeah.
And molesting them. And one of the girls that he roofied, he took video of him doing a Bill Cosby on her, and then showed it to a bunch of his friends after. And so he's kind of a nasty piece of work. But all his homes were equipped with hidden cameras.
Yeah. Remind you of anyone?
Yeah, really.
So people are comparing him to Epstein. Now it's going to be interesting because I believe that he's going to take the fall for a lot.
You think he's going down?
I think he's going to take the fall for a lot of people because there are. I mean,
It's very unlike Diddy, though. He let Shine go to
True. Well, actually, that was like almost like a real trial. I think this one's going to be very carefully choreographed, and some other, like maybe his sons may go down. I mean, his sons seem to be rapists too. So it's kind of interesting. But where the 2 interconnect, it's kind of, which is what I found out is Damian Williams is the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. And he was the one that covered up the Epstein trial. Mm-hmm. His district oversaw that investigation, and they only called 4 witnesses. And those victims had only been molested by Epstein and Maxwell. They didn't call any witnesses that were molested by any of the power brokers that Epstein was pandering to.
Is this the original trial where they sealed it, or his most recent one?
No, the last one.
Okay,
actually, Maxwell's trial.
Gotcha.
He was going to prosecute Epstein too, but Epstein, his death kind of precluded that.
True, yeah.
But yes, that trial was totally choreographed, and it was a total fix. I mean, Maxwell should have been indicted on multiple counts of child trafficking. And the procurers should have been, they could have done a RICO with it, where you get the procurers, you indict them on 10 counts of child trafficking, they're looking at 1,000 years, and then they roll over on the big fish. And that did not happen in that case at all. They kept it very tight, and only Maxwell was the one that went down. Now that guy is the guy, and because it's kind of strange that P. Diddy's homes in LA and Miami were the ones that were searched, but that search warrant emanated from the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams. So he's taking the helm of the P. Diddy
he's in
case.
control of all. Yeah,
That's
kind of nuts.
So that's why I know that the fix is in with P. Diddy. But this is also interesting. Damian Williams went to Yale Law School on a grant from the Soroses.
What?
And where it gets a little interesting is Peter Soros, their kid, is in Epstein's black book, and he's circled twice. Now, being circled incriminates you because the house manager who ripped off the black book circled all the people that he thought were in cahoots with Epstein, and Peter Soros is circled twice. So that's kind of a conflict of interest, but I don't think that really matters.
So why are the penalties so low? So she got 20 years, right, for trafficking kids?
Yeah.
Because if you look up, you hear about guys musting kids. They get out a lot of times. Like did you see the Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah.
Well, they would get out
guy,
after like
Pickle
6
Boy?
Yeah, Pickle Boy. They would do.
Pickle
Why?
Boy.
How is the
Free
law
my
set
man,
up?
Pickle Boy, dude. Free
right,
my
dude.
man, Pickle Boy.
Roof him, dude. Put him under the jail, dude.
Yeah, he's back.
How is it that the penalties are only like 6 years for that versus like you would think like
Dude, we were watching. We watched Zodiac last night. The alleged Zodiac killer,
yeah.
Lee Allen or whatever.
Yeah.
He got in the middle of being the Zodiac, allegedly.
Yeah.
He got arrested working at a school for molesting children. He went to jail for like 3 years.
Yeah, why is the penalty so low for that?
Got out, went right back to writing Zodiac letters and killing people. Anyway,
Jerk.
yeah, you get like 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have no idea why the law is set up that way. You would think, like, I always say, like, who would you rather live next to, and that should be the law. How long you go to jail for? Pedophiles, 100 years. 100
Well, I
years.
mean, it's
Not 4.
it's a 15 to life sentence. So I'm sure that if you're living in a trailer park and you molest a girl, that they'll put you away for life.
Yeah.
But it's a little different with the people that run our world, I guess.
Or it's a life sentence to live with your mom. I think that's the life sentence. Life sentence, your mother's basement for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you gotta go home.
I would off myself
grounded.
before that happened.
You just get grounded, I guess, if you're a pedophile. But yeah, that's crazy. Maxwell was like, she was famous for it. You'd think they'd make an example out of her for a long time. You were saying she's in a dormitory now?
She's in a dormitory. And the dormitories are generally for people that have done time and been exemplary prisoners and are about to get out. But she's right in a dormatory now.
That's
so
crazy.
And she got how many years?
she got 20 years.
Do you think how many of those do you think she's serving?
Well, in the Fed system, I mean, not that this is going to really count.
Yeah.
In the Fed system, you've got to do 85% of your time. So she should end up doing like 27 years or 17 years.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, she kept her mouth shut, and she's got a lot of money that's waiting for her. And I think that was kind of the deal. This is just my opinion. My surmise is
Yeah.
they sat Maxwell down. They said, Ghislaine, you've done some really good stuff for us. You've enabled us to blackmail a lot of people. But, if you keep your mouth shut, you won't end up like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you're going to have to do some time,
Yeah.
but then you're going to have lots of money when you get out.
Yeah, maybe she'll have her own like Target line. She'll have like home goods Target line. Buy Ghislaine Maxwell.
I was thinking, I don't know if Target would stoop that. Maybe Walmart should have her own Walmart line.
True.
I'm a Minnesotan, and Target began in Minnesota.
True,
so
true.
I have kind of
My
a
bad.
special affinity
Excuse
for
me.
Although, what's kind of strange is I think Walmart and Target are kind of a jump ball, but as far as like quality and service and things like that. But people in New York actually have Target bags. It's almost chic to have like a Target bag. I've never ever seen a Walmart bag, someone using a Walmart bag in New York.
Yeah, they'll walk around. Usually they're homeless if they're walking around
Yeah, if
with
you
a
got the Walmart bag, things
That
aren't
is
going
not,
well.
yeah, that's not a Louis Vuitton purse by any means.
Well, actually, I saw a homeless guy in New York a couple of weeks ago. He had like 8 Target bags. So
he was doing well.
homeless chic. Yeah.
Well, so the Diddy thing, you think Diddy's go? I wonder. I don't think Diddy thinks he's gonna go down.
Where do you get that?
I just think about it because it's like they were saying like, well, they were like he could just flee the country, but I was like, I don't think he thinks he's gonna.
Somebody just told me that. They're like, Matt said he doesn't think he's going down. I was like, is Matt fucking talking to him?
No, I'm just saying like because otherwise you think he would flee, but if he's, I don't know.
I think he is. I think the boys got him.
He invented the remix, dude. You think he's not going down?
Now that's a valid point.
Because otherwise, he has the means to. He's a flight risk. He could take off.
I would think that there's a eye in the sky on P. Diddy. at
You
this
think
point.
it's like, okay, that makes
I think
sense.
the people that raided his house are
Yeah, true.
pretty powerful.
True.
I think they got a good location on that guy. And
Yeah.
they're like, we know you got blackmail stuff. That's what I heard. I heard they raided the house to get the.
the blackmail material.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing happened with Epstein, where they drilled his safe and they pulled out hundreds of DVDs.
What?
And I've done freedom of information requests on. I didn't, of course, want the DVDs
about to
because who knows, what licentious, nefarious things they're filled with. But I did ask for reports on the DVDs.
I've been having a tough time getting Pornhub down here. I might need the Epstein DVDs.
The box set.
The box set, dude. Get the portable DVD player going in the bathroom.
Well, if I ever get the DVDs, I'll
Toss me the good ones. Toss me the good ones.
So
Yeah, scrub the bad stuff. And
Get rid of the bad stuff.
it's kind of funny. When Epstein died, the Fed said the case was closed.
yeah.
So then I put in a FOIA for the reports, and then they said the case is ongoing.
Oh, really?
And then I did it again. I don't know, about 3 months ago, and then again they said the case is ongoing. I mean, the guy's in the ground and rotting,
Yeah,
but the case is
true.
ongoing. So
Trying to see that Stephen Hawking. I'm trying to see
I
him
want to see Stephen
thunderclap.
Hawking fucking
that would have been tough, I
reverse
think.
forward, reverse forward. Just
Back that thing up, dude.
Maybe-
back it up, Terry.
Hawkins might know some stuff about physics that we don't have a clue about.
True.
So, yeah,
True.
You never know.
Sexually, he could
Yeah,
Hawkins.
get a little wormhole going.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So he got. So Diddy, I know who was implicated in Diddy's was Cuba Gooding Jr. got hit pretty hard. Everyone thinks Meek Mill was involved just because he was like, they named basically his circumstances. But what was like the worst one? Because I knew he had the case against Cassie that you're saying he had the underage people. Then
Well,
there
it was
the
Little Rod.
producer. Little Rod. That was
Yeah,
the most
that
fascinating
was,
one.
That was the last one. And
Yeah.
Little Rod, I mean, it's kind of interesting because they've done 3 addendums. His attorneys have done 3 addendums to his initial statement. And each one is getting more salacious
Oh,
and nefarious.
because the first one was pretty bad. That was,
the
Was
first
Little
one-
Rod with Cuba Gooding?
What's that?
yes.
Was he the one that
Yeah.
Cuba got?
Yeah.
Cuba got him.
More like Cuba batting,
Sure.
if you ask me.
It's kind of interesting on that link that I sent you. It's
Come on, this is all I got.
the link that I sent you. It was Diddy and his kid Justin took a rapper. We only know the guy's name is G, and took him into the bathroom, and then multiple shots rang out. And
Yeah.
then the door opened, and G just happened to be bleeding from his abdomen, and Diddy told Jones, don't say I had anything to do with this, and I got to leave and take
Yeah.
off. And then Jones was taken out. It was at Diddy's studio. Jones taken out of the studio, and the cops were called. And I've got a news article that says that G was shot outside the studio. But Jones took pictures of the bathroom.
Of the blood in the bathroom.
And
I saw that.
There's a bunch of blood in the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that shooting people, that's probably against the law too. It's hard.
Yeah, he's.
But Diddy's head of security, Fahim Muhammad, he was head of security for Michael Jackson. So there's a dude that knows how to keep secrets. And according to Jones, he's a fixer. He's really tied into the LAPD. And what's really interesting with that is, Michael Jackson was getting drugs, prescription drugs from all over, and he was using pseudonyms like Josephine Baker, and I think Jack London was one of them. But then Fahim Muhammad's name is right there as far as one of the people that was providing Jackson with drugs. And nothing happened to Muhammad. The doctor had some problems that was prescribing them, but nothing happened to Fahim Muhammad. So, and Jones maintains that he's like a superlative adept fixer, that he's got connections in the LAPD that can make either problems or people go away.
Damn. Damn. I think Diddy got too pumped on Empire. I think that might have been what happened. He might have watched Empire too
good
many
show,
times.
dude.
Freaked out.
Shoot a guy in the stomach in front of your son. Like, this is our empire. Dude.
Well, the
This is how I hold
son's
it down.
busted. I heard the son is like for sure getting busted on one
Well,
of the
the
things.
last lawsuit is against the son,
Yeah.
and it was Diddy rented a yacht, and some woman said that she had been molested. That the woman Diddy's implicated because the woman said that Diddy set up a environment where these workers were going to get molested, and this woman,
Put him on a yacht.
put him on a yacht. There's
the
no way to
implication.
go.
Yeah.
It's the implication.
Damn. Well, Diddy's going down. You heard it first. I didn't know. I was like, maybe they don't have enough solid stuff on him. So just a lot of it is like a lot of hearsay. But yeah, it seems like he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna go there.
I think he's getting
Kells,
Epstein.
Kells is out, but Kells, Diddy. Damn.
Well-
Think he's gonna get killed?
Yeah, probably, right? If he does
I don't know. They're going to probably give him the Ghislaine Maxwell talk. Well, did some bad things, and it all depends upon who he's compromising people for, because there's enough information that his homes had hidden cameras that I actually believe that his homes had hidden cameras. So I just don't think that he was blackmailing people for himself.
Yeah.
Now, what's really interesting is the guy that he started Bad Boy Records with is Clive Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And Clive Davis has an interesting criminal history. He was charged with not paying his taxes in 71, 72, and 73. He was head of CBS Records. And he was busted embezzling $94,000 from CBS Records. And the guy that he was using was a Genovese crime family named Pasquale Falcone. And how they intersected with, this is kind of interesting, how they intersected with Davis is Falcone was smuggling 22 pounds of heroin into the United States. And then they started looking at Falcone, and then they saw that he was doing these illegalities with Clive Davis. And then he also shelled out $250,000 for payola. That's giving kickbacks to radio stations, which is totally illegal.
Yeah.
But he did all these things, Clive Davis, he did all these things, and he walked. The dude never spent a day in jail.
Oh, then he teamed up with the Diddler. That makes sense.
And then he
That
came
guy-
out with the Diddler.
The feds said,
Yeah, that was the connection.
we need you. We need the diddler.
Damn.
So you've got it's an interesting alchemy right now with P. Diddy. You've got his head of security, who is a fixer, who knows how to keep secrets about child abuse. You've got Clive Davis, who has been busted on innumerable things and felonies and not spend a day in jail. And then you've got a U.S. attorney that likes to cover up child abuse. So it's a pretty interesting alchemy to see how those things all turn out.
What do you think about Jay-Z? Nothing on him yet at all?
There's a lot of innuendo about this person or that person. Like Diddy says when he was sued by his girlfriend Cassandra, Cassie Ventura. According to Jones, he says, well, I've got enough leverage on Bishop T.D. Jakes to get him to go to bat for me and say I'm a good guy and nice guy. And now Bishop T.D. Jakes, he's got a real estate empire. I mean, he's got a mega church in Dallas, but he's got like a real estate empire. And now one person on Twitter said that he's gay. So then the next thing, everybody in the news
That's
saying,
pretty good, though.
yeah, and
If
he's blackmailing T.D. Jakes because he likes little boys,
Yeah.
or whatever. So
One guy calling you gay on Twitter. That might be the straightest guy on earth.
and the person said, well, it's right there on Twitter.
Yeah.
So now here's a guy that's worth millions of dollars, and he just did a deal with Wells Fargo that could be up to $1 billion in housing. So, and he's a preacher, which his being a media mogul and also a real estate baron. It seems a little at odds with preaching. I mean, not when you get to the evangelical side and you're on television, I guess not.
Yeah, mega church and mega churches are like basically businesses and stuff where you can, you just get a guy and be like, yo, fund me. I'm going to start 10 more of these things.
I got to meet Jim and Tammy Baker once. Not really the highlight of my life, but it was interesting. A friend of mine was an Herbalife distributor, and the feds busted him.
What? For what?
Dispensing Herbalife, marijuana.
Oh, he wasn't actually Herbalife, yeah.
This is before, I used to call it Herbalife now, but that reference is kind of lost.
He used to dispense Herbalife.
There was actually something called Herbalife.
I benefited financially.
There was actually something called Herbalife, but you guys are too young to know about that. When you get old and crusty like me, there's a lot of references.
I remember Herbalife. The guys, there was this couple that would stand in the back of the church, and they had pins that said "Lose weight now, ask me how," and they would stand in the back of the church.
At Catholic church, get them out of there. They're selling their wares.
I know. I almost if they had tables, I would flip the tables. But yeah, it was this couple, and they had the guy was like a skinny guy with a mustache, and the lady with 80s hair, and they were just standing in the back, and they looked great. I'll be honest, they were both good. Looking pretty slender.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine,
Instagram. You had to just go stand in public and go,
lose weight.
I know secrets. There's secret drugs you can take. Everything will be better.
It was just a veteran, probably. Yeah.
Try crystal meth.
Yeah.
An Herbalife together, you will lose weight. So I was visiting a buddy of mine in the federal prison in Rochester, Minnesota, which is kind of like a club fed. A lot of mafia guys end up there, and when you visit someone, at least in this prison, they put you in a little group and then they escort you across this courtyard. And I was in the same group as Tammy Faye. And she looked like, she does when she's live, she looks like maybe an Avon train wreck or something like that. I mean, she's definitely putting on her makeup with a trowel. Yeah. And I wondered why Jim Baker got, he was originally like 100 years or something. I mean, it was appealed and got knocked down, and she got nothing. But when I met them both, so I was talking to my buddy, and
what they did, they were like a mega. What do they do?
Well, they had a mega church, and
they got arrested.
Well, he got arrested for embezzling and all kinds of other things, and he was building like a born again. Damn. Yeah, there we go. There's
like a secretary from the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, it really is, dude. It's exactly that. That's crazy. Cleveland rocks.
So I was visiting my buddy, and then she came and sat next to Jim, and I was sitting next to my buddy, and he had this sinister grin on his face. I mean, there was something kind of malignant about him. And what I felt about Tammy was, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to go up to like this desk and they'd give you a key. And then, and I watched her go up to this desk. And the only thing I could think of, and I'm not trying to be disparaging here,
sure.
But the only thing I could think of is she's really a fucked up person. I mean, that's really what I felt.
Honest.
I mean, and he's sinister. And now he's got his own evangelical show again.
Oh, he got out, and now he's back to the same thing. So what was her deal, though? Was she there just to visit him?
To visit him, yeah. And she ultimately...
Herbalife. Just dumped out some Herbalife.
Did they get conjugals? Did he get conjugals in there? Maybe he was smiling.
Conjugals I don't think there's any more conjugals left.
They don't do that anymore?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, of course, prisoners have their own conjugal thing.
True.
But,
True that.
Of a certain stripe. But, well, so Jim Baker's got his own show now. And you would think with all that scandal, and I was also told that Jim, I probably shouldn't say this because it is derogatory and defaming, but I was told that Jim spent a lot of time on his knees when he was in prison.
Really?
Praying.
Yeah.
Damn, who told you that?
Some people that did time with him.
Damn.
So,
Probably, I mean, his enthusiasm was probably great.
True.
So now that I know these,
to take it out. Come out of this.
so now that I know these
demon
things
out of
about
this
Jim,
Just anointing himself with the chrism, dude.
Running around after he gets the facial.
That is insane. I mean, again, I know what you're saying. You don't want to implicate yourself in any kind of negative smearing, but as just a joke, it's very funny for a mega church pastor to just be pulling it out of guys in prison.
Say your name, demons.
Be out.
Be gone from this man. Oh, oh Lord. Oh.
mega church pastors get into a lot of those problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all freaks.
Yeah, it's and I feel sorry for the people that believe in them and then ultimately end up giving them tons of money. And
Yeah.
there was an article. It was either Time or Newsweek did an article because Jim Baker would go out with all these prostitutes, and then he would have them do stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, and there was one prostitute that said, you know, I've got 2 kids, and I wouldn't let them near that guy. So, and here he
Damn.
is preaching to millions of people every Sunday.
Really? She was like, he was too,
I guess he's got some aberrations.
some requests.
Time magazine and or Newsweek, I can't remember which one, really didn't delineate on those aberrations, but I think that we can, from the anecdote that I've told you about is stay in prison, I think we can maybe
Yes,
extrapolate
True.
well.
Yeah. Probably some.
All right, so final thoughts on the diddler?
I think he's going to go down. But here's the thing. Diddy just didn't have musician friends, but he was plugged into politics, not quite like Epstein.
Vote or
but,
die.
but
Oh,
even-
yeah, I forgot about
Yeah, he was old. He was, yeah.
Yeah, true.
and he also had a lot of sports people too. So going to his, well, he had regular parties and then he had what he called freak off parties.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see if any other people are going to go down. And the feds can be very persuasive. I mean, they can say, Diddy, you made a lot of money. I mean, we can take it all.
Yeah, true.
And put you away for 1 million years, and then, or else you can go gently into that good night, and you can keep your money, and we won't arrest half your family.
Damn.
I wrote a book called Confessions of a DC Madam, and it was about a guy who ran a gay escort service in Washington D.C. and there was a CIA asset that would use his escorts to frame closeted guys. It was a blackmail operation. And now here's the guy, he was a mortician.
That
And
sucks. So, just being a guy fucking a gay prostitute and then be like, gotcha. And be like, fuck. We filmed you.
That would for real.
So with Henry, he was a mortician, but he was raised in the southern corner of West Virginia, where people, preach with snakes and things like that. And so Henry moved to DC, and he'd been closeted this whole time. And then through a weird set of circumstances, he bought an gay escort service. And from a guy that was dying. And Henry is really brilliant as far as a marketer. So what he did is he opened up the Yellow Pages and he started calling all the escort services, which are generally fly-by-night operations. And if the phone was disconnected, he'd call up the telephone company and he'd say, I'll pay for the arrears. So he ended up with like half the escorts in the DC Yellow
True
Pages.
arrears.
True, yeah.
Rear enders. Butt sex.
So his dying friend was like, "Yo, I'll sell you. I'll get it a fire
it was
sale
actually
on a stable full
it
of
was someone
gay
he
men."
met who was like a gay version of the Chippendales.
Well,
Introduced him to this guy. So, and he just and there was a guy. Okay, so with Henry. Now, here's a guy that was running a gay escort service. I mean, all he was doing is running a gay escort service.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he was gay too. You said
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
gay,
he's
was closeted, and then
Yeah.
he bought.
He's an innocuous guy. He's a very
Sure.
gentle guy, very quiet, unassuming. I mean,
Yeah, gay.
yeah, you would never know that If you just met him, you'd never know
Sure,
the kind of
sure.
history he had. So he was indicted on 46 RICO counts.
Damn.
So he was looking at 395 years in prison. And this is what the feds said to him. Henry, we've used your escorts to compromise a lot of guys. And, you know, we appreciate that. And we're going to make a deal with you. We can put you away for 295 years with all these RICO indictments.
Yeah.
Or
And that's in gay years or regular guy years? That's like 20 in regulars straight.
so they said, Henry, we'll give you a consolation prize. You keep your mouth shut and we'll only put you away for 5 years.
Whoa.
So he took the deal. But he was totally sold down the river by his attorney, who was Greta Van Susteren. I mean, what she did to him was pretty egregious.
What'd she do?
She basically sold him out to the government. Anything that the government wanted to do,
Oh, it sucks.
she allowed them to do. And she's a Scientologist. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Damn, dude.
But she got Henry to go to like Scientology boot camp and get cleared. He actually, if
He got clear?
Once you're cleared, you get a blue cake, and then Henry actually got a blue cake. But then he had to go back and get sentenced, and
Oh, he got clear before he went to jail.
yeah, he had some time.
Got blue caked.
Yeah.
He had some time to get cleared before he went to prison.
That's cool.
But that's what happened with him, is that he was made that deal, and I can see Diddy being made that deal.
Gotcha. That makes sense. He's gonna, the power brokers will.
Yeah.
I mean, how about people just stop being sexually impious, and we wouldn't have these problems.
Speak for yourself.
I think in this day and age, that's kind of
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, well, I feel like now they can just grab the web history off people. They can just snag your Pornhubs and be like, yo.
I'm really glad that I was a wild kid in my youth. And I'm really glad that smartphones weren't around in my youth. And YouTube wasn't around, or else I don't know if I'd be able to be a journalist, a respected journalist today. I mean, not that I'm that respected, but you know, I'm somewhat respected.
You're on this podcast, so it's pretty good.
True. Yeah, no,
This is
being
where all
plugged
the respected journalists go.
being plugged into phone porn from 12 is like pretty wild.
Yeah, I've been reading about that. It severely messes kids up. That
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, Gardini's young.
Yeah, Gardini's
He's
victim.
an absolute deviant.
But then the thing about Pornhub is they've been busted like nearly 120 times with minors. I mean, you would think that they'd get shut down after 10 or 20 or 30 or something.
Putting out vids of minors, basically. Or just like child labor laws, like having like data entry.
And actually, there's been some girls that were minors that have sued Pornhub.
Oh, from their stuff being out. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Everyone has to upload their ID, dude. That's what they do in Texas now. You have to upload your driver's license.
Yeah, I read about that.
I like that.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily a bad idea.
Obviously, probably a good thing, but
Yeah, it's fair.
it's dampening my jacks.
Yeah.
It's put a real damper on my jacks. You just go on and you're immediately reminded of child sex. You're like, oh.
Yeah, true. You go. What do they say?
I
Like,
jack off to that. I don't need thumbness anymore. I jack off to the
the
governor's warning. I go, oh my God, this is bad.
there's so much porn behind this.
That's innovative.
Yeah,
Or you just end up jacking off to your own license. Like, fuck it.
this is a crazy photo. It doesn't even look like me.
You know, the thing about it is, I'm sure you've got narcissists out there that do that.
I mean, yeah, especially your license photo. That'd be crazy.
All right, I think
That's supreme confidence.
we need to make the move, dude. We need to discuss the truth about Watergate.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's going on here?
The Truth About Watergate, that's my last book. Everything that you know about Watergate, the vast majority of it is a lie.
So Forrest Gump didn't break it up?
He played only a minor role in Watergate. It's interesting. What happened with Watergate, and there's been some really great books written about Watergate, but they're tomes, and they're very, very complex. and it's hard. I mean, you have to kind of study them. So my goal was to be the unified field theory of Watergate revisionist books. And what happened with Nixon is Nixon decided to do strategic arm limitation talks with the Soviets. And he also started to open up China for diplomacy, rapprochement. And he was doing this behind the backs of the CIA, the Department of Defense, and actually the State Department. And on his first or second day, Nixon didn't like the CIA, and because he felt that the CIA had sabotaged him with when he ran against JFK in 1960. So Nixon, it was, I think, National Security Memorandum 2 was some kind of innocuous document that he issued his first or second day, where he said that the CIA, the Department of Defense, and the State Department will have no input whatsoever in any of my geopolitical moves. Basically, he was telling those three bodies just to go to hell, and he was going to do his own thing. And then he started making contact with the Russians, and then he started making contact with the Chinese. He'd been a Cold Warrior, and he saw that that wasn't working. He saw that containment wasn't working. And he just saw that we were spending all this money, and he just realized it wasn't, it just wasn't prudent. It would never work. So he started to do this, and then the Joint Chiefs of Staff actually had an espionage ring against Nixon. It's called the Moore-Radford affair. Thomas Moore was head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He was an admiral, and they used Moore and they used Radford, who was a yeoman. That was the link between, because he was using the National Security Council, Nixon was, to do all these moves, and Radford was the liaison between the Joint Chiefs and the National Security Staff. So Radford was stealing all these documents. And Alexander Haig was in on it too. And actually Haig plays a role in the demise of Nixon. So Haig was enabling Radford to steal all these documents. Who's Haig? Alexander Haig is, he's a general. He was the Joint Chiefs of, he was Nixon's chief of staff. And then he was ultimately the overall leader of NATO.
Oh, I would love to steal.
And he's from Philadelphia.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia.
Damn.
Go Bears.
So the Joint Chiefs started this espionage ring against Nixon, but the Nixon administration outed the espionage ring.
Oh, they found out.
Yeah. So then the CIA started to infiltrate the Nixon administration. Kind of like Scarface at the end of the movie, where, you know, he's double-crossed the Bolivian drug dealer and all those assassins, you know, are coming. Okay, so that's what the CIA did to the Nixon administration. I mean, they just started inundating the Nixon administration from all different types of angles. And what's interesting about Watergate, it's a conspiracy within a conspiracy. Because McCord and Hunt, who are the two guys that were busted in Watergate, their goal was to take down Nixon. They wanted to take down Nixon. And so, but there were two agendas at work. And this is actually my third book on sexual political blackmail, because at the heart of Watergate is a CIA sexual honey trap. And what's really interesting, so the burglars broke into Watergate, and there was a secretary from the Democratic National Committee named Maxie Wells. She kept photos of prostitutes in her desk under lock and key. And if you were a Democratic VIP, you would go there and take a look, and then these girls would be at the Columbia Plaza, which was a high-class apartment building. And the CIA had had video or film or whatever.
So you were just walk into this lady's office and she'd be like, check out these ladies.
I mean, I'm sure that there was some kind of secret handshake or code or something like that.
Gotcha.
Probably like, hey, I'd like a hooker. Is there one around? So
do you think these girls are pretty?
So John, the woman that ran that escort
I hear the
service.
cherry blossoms are beautiful this time of year. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, Senator.
I don't know if there was a lot of cherries at that.
Oh, yeah.
But
The cherries are gone.
I think cherries have been gone a long time. But so John Dean's wife, Maureen Dean, was good friends of Heidi Reichen, who ran that escort service, that CIA compromise escort. And actually, G. Gordon Liddy said that she was part of that escort service, and he was sued, but he managed to win it. The first was a hung jury, but then he won the second trial. But anyway, so one of the burglars, Eugenio Martinez, had a key to the desk where the pictures were taken,
Oh no.
where the pictures were kept. And when they got busted, their photograph equipment was on her desk. So, but then there was another, okay, so that was the first conspiracy, and that was initiated by...
I'm sorry, did he, when he used the key, did he get rid of those pictures and they were never
No,
found?
no.
Yeah, what was
well,
he
he
doing?
was. He got busted before he could even get into the desk. I
Okay.
mean, they were on them really quickly, and he tried to get rid of the key. He got the shit kicked out of him twice by Carl Schaffler. Who was
Fucking Schaffler.
Carl Schaffler was the cop that was notified that the Watergate break-in was going down.
Why was he trying to take the pictures of the naked ladies?
I think that they wanted to take as many
Compromise the
pictures.
Democrats, or-
Pictures of whatever documentation, women, anything that they possibly could.
And this was a CIA guy stealing the ladies?
Okay, so
Yeah, let's,
I'm confused.
hold on.
The lady's name was, what was the wife's name again? Marie Heine?
Maureen Dean, John
Maureen
Dean's
Dean.
wife.
Gotcha.
Who's John Dean?
Okay, so John Dean was counsel to the president,
Okay.
and he was the guy that supposedly saw that that the Nixon administration was awash in moral turpitude and corruption.
Gotcha.
And he's the guy, he had a book called, it's actually a great piece of fiction. It's called Blind Ambition. And he was the guy that turned on Nixon in the Nixon administration. And then ultimately it was Nixon's word against Dean's word. But there's quotes or there's tapes of Nixon talking about Dean and Dean lying. I mean, Dean, he's a snaky guy. Mm-hmm. And Maureen Dean was very, very attractive. And John Dean, well, but she was good friends with Heidi Reichen. And what's really interesting is a number of people have thought that she was working as a prostitute for Heidi Reichen, or working with Heidi Reichen, running her prostitute gig. And now, John Dean's book was Blind Ambition, and Maureen Dean was Watergate, A Woman's Journey. And they both say that they met in L.A., that Maureen Dean was living in L.A. when they met. And then they had a torrid romance, and then Maureen Dean flew to Washington, and then that was it. She moved in with John Dean. Mm-hmm. But I found an article in the Washington Post where it's talking about her working for the government before that. So either they're lying in their books or the Washington Post is lying, because it's out of the, if you take that chronology in the Washington Post, it's because people have said Maureen Dean was a hooker, but it never made any sense to me because she flew back to Washington, D.C. and she lived with John Dean. She didn't need to be a hooker to make money. But according to the Washington Post, she was already in Washington, D.C. when she met John Dean. So with that timeline, it's definitely feasible that she could have been a hooker with Heidi Reichen. And plus, her and Heidi Reichen were very good friends. That's pretty much proven.
Gotcha. So what did they actually nail him for? So you're saying that Nixon, if I'm right or wrong, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's like Nixon's people had this prostitution thing going on, and they tried to expose that, and then he caught them trying to do it.
Okay, so what happened was Nixon didn't know anything.
He didn't know it was okay.
He didn't know anything about any
That's
of
kind of
this.
my question. Was
And actually, the top people in the Nixon administration didn't know about Watergate. They knew nothing about Watergate. And it was Jeb Magruder, who was the acting chairman of the committee to reelect the president. And it was John Dean that sent them in there to the Watergate.
And they were, the story I was always, they were just in there to steal what, Democrat like political plans?
Well, dirt.
They were just in there to get dirt on the
Dirt. The
Democrats.
second time, the first time, actually, there were 2 break-ins. The first time was dirt, or the first time was, any kind of documentation. But the second time was definitely dirt.
Okay.
I mean, that's why they had the key to Maxie Wells' death.
Yes. But
Now-
if they were in there to get dirt, why would, I thought they were against Nixon, a
Well,
lot of those guys.
no, they were CIA guys.
Yeah.
All those guys were CIA, except for G. Gordon Liddy, the crazy one. But they were all CIA. So the overt plan to get it for them was to get dirt. The plan that Magruder and Dean told them to do was to get dirt. Now, there was a second agenda going on there. Those CIA guys, McCord and Hunt, had infiltrated the Nixon administration, like those assassins in Scarface. And their goal was to get Nixon out of office. And they had the opportunity because that was that whole thing was a setup. McCord really hated Nixon, and Hunt didn't like him at all. And just to make sure, they're
going to steal him out of the office.
What's that?
So they're going to kidnap him, steal him out of the office. So how are they going to do it though? Are they just going to like plant something or just like look for bad
So
stuff?
just intentionally get caught.
They were just going to see how it went
sure.
out. But then there's the media side of it too, which I can get into a little bit later. But with the CIA guys, they wanted the burglars were Cubans that had worked with the CIA before. But Hunt and McCord were actual agents.
Gotcha.
Now they were ostensibly retired, but they weren't. I'm in the book. I show that they're still working with the CIA. So the goal of Dean and Magruder was to get dirt on the Democrats, and some people have speculated that Dean wanted those pictures because his wife was in those pictures. I don't know, but that's what people have speculated. But the CIA guys, that was not their goal. Their goal was to incriminate Nixon. And so at the Watergate, the Democratic National Committee was on the 6th floor. And on the 8th floor was the Federal Reserve Committee or whatever it was, Federal Reserve. And now someone had broken into the Federal Reserve about a month before the first Watergate burglary. And the McCord really tried hard to get busted. So at about midnight, 6 guys in suits signed into the Watergate at midnight and went up to the 8th floor, signed in for the Federal Reserve. But the security guard was like, I think he probably had the IQ of an avocado. He couldn't figure that out at all. So the second time they went in, there was a guy named Baldwin, and he called the DC police. And Carl Schaffler was he was a DC policeman, but he'd also worked for intelligence, probably a little bit of both. And he was a block and a half away. And then when the call came in, they went right to the Watergate, and then they got busted. And Nixon, so those were the two. It was a conspiracy within a conspiracy. The overt conspiracy was to get dirt, and then the CIA's conspiracy, the covert conspiracy, was to get Nixon.
And you're saying Nixon didn't even know about the
No.
get dirt plan?
Didn't have a clue. None of those guys did. And that's what they were calling each other. And they go, who sent these guys in? Because Nixon was way ahead of McGovern. I mean, he walloped McGovern. It was going to be probably the biggest landslide up to that point. Reagan's
Up till 2024.
True. Why did he get in trouble for people breaking in though? I don't understand.
What's that?
Why was he? Why? So he got in
Okay,
trouble.
so
for
we're
somebody
Nixon-
Yeah,
breaking
they sent Watergate was just they sent people into the Democratic committee to steal shit. That's what he got impeached
got
for.
blamed for that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. That was the how it was portrayed,
Okay, that makes sense. So that's,
and that's what Nixon left office for. To hit the fucking
Yeah, hit
No,
the
no,
signs
but
on
what
that.
happened, what he left office for was obstruction of justice. Because Nixon, I mean, you listen to the tapes of these guys and they're going like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, who ordered those guys to break in? Now, Magruder and Dean, who ordered them to break in, kept quiet. So those guys had no idea.
damn. So there was just like 9 burglars in the building, and everyone was
Yeah.
just Spider-Man.
Spider-Man out.
But Nixon, his natural instinct was to cover it up. I mean, he didn't know why anybody broke into the office, or he didn't know some of the other crazy stuff that these guys
Yeah,
had done.
yeah.
But it was just his political instinct to cover it up.
Gotcha.
And that's where he
Makes
got
sense.
busted. Is he tried to use the CIA, and the CIA double-crossed him. He tried to use the CIA because the FBI launched this investigation, and they found leads to the Nixon administration because of Hunt and McCord. And he tried to get the CIA to play their national security guard to stop the FBI. Now, Richard Helm was head of the CIA at that point, and him and Nixon hated each other. When there would be a cabinet briefing or a National Security Council briefing, Helms was allowed to brief the cabinet members or the National Security Council, but then after that, he had to leave. I mean, Nixon had overt, they really hated each other. Now, Richard Helms said, no, we're not going to cover it up. But then Nixon said something about the Kennedy assassination. And actually, there's tapes where Nixon is grilling Helms. Who shot John? Who shot John? And so Nixon leveraged them with the Kennedy assassination.
Oh wow.
And then Helms said, okay, we'll do it. But he didn't. So, and actually the CIA provided more incriminating evidence against Nixon. But Nixon didn't know any of this stuff. All these machinations were just going on below the surface.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had no idea. I thought he got like in trouble for like stealing stuff. I didn't know what happened. I thought like, he actually just stole stuff and got busted and was like, my bad.
I'm not a crook, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a crook.
It's the thing is, if Dean and Magruder hadn't ordered those break-ins, then Nixon would have.
That's what was tied to his, yeah.
Yeah,
Get those
would've been-
pictures
And
of their wives, their hot wives.
Man.
Their hot wife and they got busted. We gotta get those naked pictures of our hot prostitute wives out of there. Shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
well, at least they were
naked wives.
adults. I mean, I got to give them that much. You know? They were adults.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, true. Well, yeah.
By today's standards, that was
by
was
today's
above
standard,
board.
Yeah, that was actually very nice of them. Very chivalrous.
So they wanted Nixon out because he was trying to chill out on the Cold War.
Well, he was befriending the communists.
Yeah.
And the Hawks and the CIA and the Department of Defense hated the communists.
Nixon's always portrayed in like modern, every movie's in. He's like a war hawk. Like he's always like, we need to nuke them now.
Yeah. Well,
Meanwhile, he was trying to de-escalate.
yes, big time. And he even told the Soviets that he was willing to relinquish Vietnam.
Didn't it end under his administration?
Yeah, Vietnam War?
Yeah.
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 I mean, he bombed the shit out of the Vietnamese
Yeah.
before he did
He
that.
gave that a shot.
But Nixon is kind of split personality. So he really worked hard to do a arms deal with the Soviets because he saw the nuclear escalation. And actually, he cut defense by 64% in his administration. And he did some positive, like OSHA, and he wanted to give health care for everybody, all Americans. He enacted some the Environmental Protection Agency. I mean, that was also a Nixon initiative. he did do some good things. Now we just look at him as evil incarnate. But
Yeah.
but it was so. What was really interesting about this is Woodward and Bernstein were essentially the guys that the two reporters that brought him down, and they're the most pathological liars of probably anybody in the entire Watergate saga. It's really interesting. And Ben Bradley was the editor of the Washington Post, and he was a CIA guy too. So, and Woodward was also a CIA guy. Bernstein just wanted money for nothing and chicks for free. I mean, he blew all his money on prostitutes and coke.
Yeah.
And he had a tough time after that. But
Bernstein.
and so what's fascinating, I mean, people think that those two are like the Mount Rushmore of journalism. And I mean, what's amazing about them is they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. I mean, a lot of time they need to lie, and I understand that, but they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. It's kind of amazing.
What were some of their most like egregious lies?
Deep Throat. Okay, Deep Throat was the guy that gave Woodward all the dirt on Nixon to take him down.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Why did he call
up
himself
that-
Deep Throat, by the the way?
What's that?
Why did he call
That
himself
was
Deep
back
Throat?
before it was really fucking. It really was. I remember even as a kid being like, "Why do they call him Deep Throat?" I don't like that. Didn't they make a porn like
Well,
right
there was-
away?
yeah, there was-
that like popularized.
Did it really?
That
Yeah.
being like that's
Oh, that's
sexual.
Deep Throat.
Yeah.
There was a very popular porn movie called Deep Throat, and that's what Woodward.
Oh, he just named himself after
Yeah.
it. That's pretty sick.
Oh, he named himself after it.
Well, he named his source Deep Throat.
Oh, okay.
Was the porn out before he named it Deep Throat?
The
Or did
porn,
the porn come from
the
Deep
porn
Throat?
was out, and then there was a Supreme Court battle over it, and then the porn, and then
Oh,
it was
okay.
back in. I
Damn.
believe by the time.
My political
Well.
name would have to be Thick Latina Mommies.
The source, Thick Latina Mommy, is here. He's here to give us all his secrets.
Amateur Latina Mommies.
Stepmom Stuck is here.
Yes, the dossier. So he
Girlfriend
named himself.
experience. Girlfriend experience is here.
He named himself after a porn. That's crazy.
All right,
No,
so
no,
Deep-
he didn't. Woodward named him.
He named him
after
after his
Woodward's
favorite porn.
fucking sick ass.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up. If I was Deep Throat, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Because he was briefing other agents. They'd be like, my source, Deep Throat. They're like, all right, dude.
And Deep Throat hid his identity, right? So
Totally
you
hid
can't-
his identity.
You can't be like, dude, stop calling me Deep Throat. You just have to be like, fuck, I'm Deep Throat now.
But if you briefed all the other guys, you'd be
Yeah.
like, well, Deep Throat. They'd be reading the thing like, dude, can you stop calling him Deep Throat, please? Mr. Blue is fine.
yeah, Mr. Blue works.
But they rolled out a guy named Mark Felt who was severely impaired by Alzheimer's and said this
shit.
was Deep Throat.
Yes.
And actually, I think Deep Throat was a composite. I think that Woodward was getting. I mean, Woodward's tapped into intelligence. He was naval intelligence.
Okay, so I'm sorry, for everybody that's not familiar with Watergate, Deep Throat was Woodward's inside source on all the stuff that broke to the Washington
Yes.
Post.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Woodward said that he had this elaborate system that he'd contact Deep Throat, that he would move this flower pot
Yes.
on his balcony. Okay, so his apartment faced a courtyard. So Deep Throat couldn't have just driven by
Yeah.
and seen the balcony. He would have to go behind the parking lot. And here's where it really gets problematic. If Mark Felt was fired 6 months before the most incriminating stuff on Nixon came out, the tapes. And so he, according to Woodward's, I mean, no one said this, but he was driving in from Virginia every day, going behind Woodward's building and looking up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's total bullshit. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, and they never even found the identity of. So that seems kind of weird to me, to be a journalist and be like, I have a secret source,
yeah,
and then write it as fact.
yes.
That seems outrageous. You can literally make anything up and say,
Yeah,
I have a
true.
secret source.
And especially, I mean, with all the lies that I catch them in. And then it's kind of interesting if Deep Throat ostensibly wanted to contact Woodward. he would take the New York Times and then he'd put the time, a clock on whatever page, and then the paper would be delivered to Woodward. But the problem is, all the New York Times that went to that particular apartment building were just put in a pile.
Yeah.
they weren't. They weren't put in front of Woodward's door. So the whole thing about Woodward is, and what happened was, as Watergate started taking a toll on the Nixon administration, he had to start firing people. He fired his chief of staff, Haldeman. He fired his domestic czar, John Ehrlichman. He had to fire his attorney general, Richard Kleindienst. And Alexander Haig was such a great shapeshifter. He had been in that administration because he'd worked for Nixon, or worked for Kissinger at the National Security Council. And Nixon really liked him. Haig hated Nixon, but Haig was a really cunning sociopath. So he became Nixon's chief of staff, which was the biggest mistake that Haldeman ever made, H.R. Haldeman. When he got fired, he said, well, try Alexander Haig. And it was Alexander Haig that provided the really incriminating stuff.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. Woodward and Haig lied. They said they hadn't met each other until 1973. And Woodward was debriefing Haig in the 1960s when Woodward was with Naval Intelligence. So that...
Woodward was Naval Intelligence
Yeah.
before he became a journalist?
Yeah. And
Jesus.
here's what...
Free Nixon, bro.
Yeah, true.
So what's interesting is, and I'll tell you just how crazy the Woodward story is. So Woodward, he graduates from Yale, and he's accepted to Harvard Law School. And then he ostensibly goes to the Washington Post after he's been accepted to Harvard Law School and says, you know, I'd really like to be a reporter. I tell you what, I'm gonna, how about if I write for you guys for 2 weeks? And then if you don't like it, you know, you don't even have to pay me. And if you don't like it, then I'll leave. So that was the deal that was ostensibly made with the Washington Post. And then they put him, ultimately he ended up in the AAA system of the Washington Post in a weekly in Maryland. And he drove a Carmen Ghia. He lived in a very nice apartment. There's no way that he could, and I demonstrate this in the book, there's no way that he could have paid. Woodward was definitely a spy at that point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's no way he was making that
And
money.
then the Washington Post brought him back. And then 9 months later, he and Bernstein broke open Watergate.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
They tell all kinds of other lies, but Deep Throat is definitely the biggest lie that they tell.
Do you think the stuff happening to Trump now might be some sort of interference operation or what?
You know, I don't know.
You said it, brother. Yeah. I was waiting to ask, and I was like, I don't want to.
I was curious. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't. It's really hard to know with Trump. I don't see how that guy cannot be compromised myself. I mean,
but it does have the thing that reminds me of it is like the hallmarks of like JFK and Nixon, where it's like, let's de-escalate with Russia, let's de-escalate with North Korea and China. Like, why are we? You know what I mean? It seems to be that.
You know, I'm willing to keep my mind open on that.
Yeah.
His tax bill was probably the biggest redistribution of wealth that we've ever experienced in the United States in a short period of time. So he did help the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. He's also circled in Epstein's black book.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is pretty incriminating. And he denied being with Epstein, but an Epstein victim has come forward and said that she'd talked to another Epstein victim. They were adults, but that Trump had been kind of hard on the one victim. So
hard on how so?
Just a little rough.
Sexually rough.
Yeah.
I knew it was
I'm not-
dynamo in the sack.
I mean, we're not talking leather and S&M type stuff. you know?
You just put a hurting on a lady at Epstein's Island. Yeah, I would say, if you're on the, he was pretty good pals.
They were really good pals. And it's tough to know. He said that he
Sure.
heard that Epstein.
I heard he broke it off after the first one when Epstein got arrested in Florida.
Well, he
they-
ostensibly broke it off before then.
Yeah.
But I mean, Donald Trump has problems with veracity, so it's difficult to know.
Has there been any connections of him and Epstein after that? Like when he said they were done being friends?
Yeah,
he-
he took Epstein's plane.
After that.
Yeah, after that, and he was also visited Epstein's house. A deposition from Epstein's brother Mark talks about that.
Damn.
So he did lie. Trump did lie about that.
Yeah.
Got you. With Gates, and Gates revisited him too, didn't he?
Well, here's the thing with Bill Gates.
Yes.
Okay. The media cover story on him is that they met in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
The Evening Standard did an article on Epstein in 2001. And according to that article, Gates and Epstein were doing business in the 90s.
Damn.
So there's a lot that's been covered up about Epstein. And there's guys like me that really want to get at the truth, but the government and the media are just fond of kicking out salacious details. And it's really hard to get to the truth because there's been so many lies. But when I think about Trump being prosecuted or persecuted, you know, I do think about Nixon being persecuted. I believe, you know, here's the thing with Nixon. He wanted to de-escalate the arms race. He wanted to open up China so he could use China against Russia. I mean, that was his thing, and it was working for sure. But then he backed Pinochet, who was a genocidal dictator. He backed Suharto, who was a genocidal dictator, and then Pol Pot. The Chinese were down with Pol Pot, and he wanted to appease the Chinese, so he tacitly backed Pol Pot.
But was that CIA doing that, or that was him?
That was Nixon.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the CIA ultimately
Did
things that enabled it.
They got it done. Yeah.
So
Got you.
with Nixon, it's not. The media has sold Nixon as good versus evil, but it's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
And the media has also said that it was the left that toppled Nixon when it was actually the right that really had the means, motive, and opportunity.
Yeah.
Initially. I mean, eventually the left got involved, but after the right had inflicted a tremendous amount of damage on him.
Dang. Yeah, I had no idea. I never really asked. I didn't know much about Watergate. I thought he just got caught doing something kind of bad. And
Yeah, everything that, like I said when we started, everything that you know about Watergate is a lie.
Damn.
Just about everything.
Shit.
Let's take a pee break.
Yeah, I do have to pee really badly.
Yeah. Before we get into the Watergate stuff,
Yeah, we'll do this as like a precursor almost. Almost. There you go. Yeah, we'll do it as a precursor.
yeah, because a lot of the people listening to this are young men that just young men that have never really heard of Watergate or have just a brief summary of some names and what the overall scandal, or at least is portrayed as.
The official narrative. Yeah.
Okay, the official narrative with Watergate is Richard Nixon sanctioned Watergate and the burglars got busted. And then Nixon tried to cover it up. And then that's ultimately what he was taken down for, is obstruction of justice.
Okay.
But the real Watergate story is Nixon didn't have a clue that those guys were breaking in to the Watergate. He had a couple of guys on his staff, Jeb Magruder, who was acting chairman for the committee to re-elect the president, and John Dean, who was counsel to the president. Those two guys sanctioned the Watergate break-ins. And the burglars, G. Gordon Liddy and was the only one that wasn't CIA. All those burglars were CIA guys or CIA assets or had been CIA assets. G. Gordon Liddy was the only one, and he'd worked for the FBI. So Liddy was the point man, and Liddy thought that breaking into the Watergate was coming from Nixon's attorney general, John Dean, or John Mitchell.
Right.
He had no idea that it was coming from Jeb Magruder and John Dean. So they sent the burglars in the first time to get as much information on the Democrats. Now, the Watergate was the sixth floor of the Democratic National Committee was on the Democratic National Committee was on the sixth floor of the Watergate. And the burglars broke in the first time, and they were looking for like Democratic strategies, things like that.
Gotcha.
And then they broke in a second time.
The first time they broke in, they didn't get caught.
They did not get caught. No.
And this was how long before the second break-in?
About 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then 3 weeks later, they were ordered to get as much dirt as they possibly could. And the Democratic National Committee was connected to a brothel that was a CIA honey trap. And what happened was the secretary at the Democratic National Committee had in her desk, she had pictures of a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah.
And Democratic VIPs would check out the pictures of
So
the
funny they
prostitutes.
got busted doing that. So that was a whole separate issue. Yeah. So we got that one.
All right.
Yeah, we got that one.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So we got the preamble.
Let's fire it up right back to where we were, which was, what were we talking about? Yeah, Bill Gates.
Easy.
All right. We just got done talking about Bill Gates' connection with Epstein back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What bothers me about Gates, have you guys ever tried to get a hold of a human if you've had a problem with Word?
Oh, it's the worst, dude. Or you know what happened one time? What happens is they'll do a thing where you'll just like an Indian guy will just take over your computer. Like I was like moving my mouse and my mouse would start going to the left and I'd be like, what the fuck? And he's like, sir, please stop. Yeah, they'll just, if you gotta give them permission, they'll just get into your computer and start fucking going nuts on it.
You've gone for, I've never been
It
able
took
to
a
make
lot for me to get that though. I was chatbot after chatbot.
If they got into my computer, dude,
Yeah, and
they
eventually.
could ruin all my Total War campaigns.
Dude, you could
They
tank
could start a war with Russia, dude. I don't want that.
You know, here's what
your
I
own
mean.
Watergate.
There's a number of things that bother me about Bill Gates, but one of the preeminent things is he's buying all this land.
Yeah.
Why can't he put a call center? You know, on one of those acres. I mean, if he just spent a little of his money and made a call center in
Yeah.
Idaho.
Or have the dudes like hoeing all the strawberries, the Bluetooth, and they could do two at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
But not Billy. He's got because I'm a writer and I rely on Microsoft Word, unfortunately.
Dude,
and I had some problems with it about 6 months ago, and I desperately tried to talk to humans.
Yeah.
Can you find your Word documents that you save on the OneDrive? If I save anything on OneDrive, I can't find it. I don't know where it is on my computer. Sorry, we don't have to talk about computer
No.
files.
Well, I mean, I can try to give you. I can try to give you some tips.
I can't find the file afterwards. I'm stumped. I'm currently stumped. I try to
You
send.
lost your files.
I just try to like they're there, but then I try to email them to someone as an attachment, and it's just like, where is it? I'm
You
like,
need
I
a call
don't know.
center.
I do.
You desperately need
You got to
a call
let
center.
the engines into your computer, and they'll just start.
Yeah, they'll get it.
They'll get in there. Which I don't know
mean-
how I even got in there. That was kind of nuts. I was like, what? Get out of my fucking mouse.
I mean, Gates wasn't making enough money selling Microsoft Word. Now we have to rent it, and then
Yeah, the suite.
there's no call center. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that might be his most honestly out of everything he's accused of. That might be the worst.
Was he ever accused of laying with ladies at Epstein's?
He's been outed that way.
Yeah.
Not with Epstein, but with some other scenarios.
Okay.
But if he's been outed in other scenarios, I mean, why wouldn't?
Yeah.
he
Why
be?
wouldn't he do
Yeah.
it?
Then his wife was the one who like blasted him on the Epstein stuff
Actually,
Which is a good God.
according to the media, she left him
because of it.
because of the Epstein stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
who
he and
knows,
Epstein
yeah.
went back to the 1990s
Damn.
instead of 2011. There's so much bullshit that's been manufactured about Epstein and so much salacious dirt. It's really unfortunate. You've got a guy that trafficked children for 25 years, and our media, no one in the mainstream media has called for any justice for any of those victims.
No,
yeah,
that's,
well, it became right wing to even care about it.
that's been that's
yeah,
not for
that's
sure.
what happened. If you
that
care
became
about it, you're
also
right-wing.
that's a big thing we talk about a lot on this. Is like we don't do anything about it. The only thing you can do with Epstein is just on a podcast be like, "The fuck?
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah, true.
They killed him. We knew they were gonna kill him,
Yeah.
and he trafficked kids, and no one. Yeah, that's as far as we get.
There's a couple of things with Epstein that people just don't know. Okay, 'cause there's the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund
Mhm.
that where a lot of Epstein's money went, and 225 victims applied for money. 150 were given. 150 were given money, and 8 decided not to take the deal. So ultimately, 142 were given money.
Damn.
Damn.
Can you
Well-
imagine being cheap with that money?
But think of all the girls that he trafficked, and only 225 were come
Yeah.
forward. But there's a couple other things. If you take any money from that fund, you've got to sign an NDA
Oh.
where you cannot name any of the perpetrators. And also, I know 2 psychologists, and one of them is very eminent.
Mhm.
She's in the world of psychology, she's quite the superstar. She's counseled a woman, and then another psychologist is counseled a woman. They were under 10 years old when they were trafficked by Epstein. And one actually described Epstein's home and then talked about a park that was by his house and a number of things. And she was under 10 years old. And then I know of one other, I mean, these 2 psychologists I know pretty well, but then I know of another account too that I've been told of another account from someone who's, I think, legitimate, but I just haven't been able to corroborate it. So you've got the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund is a huge cover-up tool.
Damn.
It's being used to do what the government can't to get these girls to shut up. And you've got to, and according to the government and the mainstream media, the youngest Epstein victim was 14 years old. So if you're going to apply for that fund and you're younger than 14, they're not going to give you any money. And we have no idea of how it works. We have no idea what the criteria is. It's behind it's in a black hole essentially.
It's weird that they're not. Why would it's not weird. We know why, but it's clear it's a cover up. They're not being open about anything. This should all be like you said. You filed for Freedom of Information Act and all that. This should be public, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like, what's the point of being like we can't tell anyone what
Pretty
happened?
useful to know, in
Yeah.
terms of like voting for politicians.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, you raped a
Yeah,
kid.
did he rape a kid?
Yeah, you're out, dude.
We can't vote for you.
Yeah.
I wrote a book called The Franklin Scandal, which is basically Epstein is a carbon copy of the Franklin
Yeah.
Scandal. It was about a child trafficking network. We talked about that the first time I was on your show.
Mm-hmm.
And this time around, I mean, I was on to Epstein in 2012, and I got his black book in 2012,
Yeah, yeah.
and I ultimately published it. Gawker helped me publish it in 2015, but it took me 3 years to get that book published. It's kind of interesting. Once the book was nobody wanted to touch the book.
Yeah.
And but once the book was published, the floodgates opened on the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
And I started an organization, a 501c3 called Epstein Justice. And what we're trying to do is to get a commission formed to actually look at the perpetrators. We want the perpetrators to be accountable, and we want to know why the government is covering up child trafficking. We have two simple objectives. We want the perpetrators prosecuted, and we want the government to tell us why it's covering up child trafficking.
Yeah, like why did they seal the original case when he got busted the first time? That all got sealed, didn't it? The very first case way back
Florida.
when.
A lot of that was sealed. I mean, I was able to get a lot of documents
Really?
from the police and also the feds. They're floating around out there. I mean, the feds, when Epstein was originally busted, the Palm Beach Police Department started investigating in 2006. And then about a year later, they they were going to arrest Epstein on 5 counts of child abuse. And they knew, they had statements from 5 minors, but they knew of 17 others. So there were 22 minors there. And then that case got taken away from them and it was put into a grand jury. And how grand juries work is a special prosecutor is chosen for a grand jury, and he's the one that presents evidence to the grand jurors who they're just regular citizens that have shown up for jury duty. And so grand juries have been notoriously easy to hijack because you just show them the evidence that you want to show them. So although, and the special prosecutor for the Florida grand jury, Barry Kirshner, he called one victim and skewered her, even though he knew about 22, even though law enforcement. Now, when it went to the feds, they had a list, and I've got that list of over 30 victims, and they didn't indict Epstein on 1 count of child abuse.
Jesus.
And it's interesting, a lot of your listeners might know this, but Alexander Acosta was the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida. And he became Trump's labor secretary. And when the Trump administration was vetting him, they asked him why he went so light on Epstein. And he said, I was told that Epstein was intelligence and it was above my pay grade. He actually said that, and he's never denied saying that.
What?
Yeah, he said that.
Shit.
So
crazy.
Unfortunately, there's a rogue element of our intelligence that blackmails people. And it happened in Watergate, it happened in the Franklin scandal, and then it happened with Confessions of a DC Madam. So this is Watergate's actually my 3rd book on CIA sexual blackmail. And I don't really want to write another one at this point. I mean, I'm kind of done now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start writing about fishing.
That'd be nice.
Fishing and picnics.
Fantasy, a nice like fantasy novel would be nice.
I think my mind is probably too dark for that, but given what I've exposed it to the last, I've been at this for 22 years, so
Yeah.
it's been kind of a slog. But Epstein justice, every American knows that something is wrong with the Epstein case.
Yeah.
There's 3. If you've got a pathology, there's 3 ways. There's 3 phases. There's awareness, there's acceptance, there's action. And now we're at the point where Americans have to accept that the government covered this up. And then at that point, and that's a jumping off point for action.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, nobody believed that I think you got to be pretty entrenched in like the TV news to be like, no, the police were going to arrest him and penalize him, and he killed himself. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. He did pick a convenient time to kill himself.
True.
Yeah.
And
the guards left and the cameras turned off.
And he got depressed, and he's like,
And he
what's
got
the
sad.
point? What the fuck's
He missed the guards.
And then his serial killer cellmate was taken out.
Yeah.
And
Damn, he had a cellmate? I didn't even know that.
what's that?
He was bunking up with the guy?
Yeah, with the guy that had killed multiple people. I think maybe the Bureau of Prisons was hoping that
that guy would get it done.
I mean, they're in pretty close. You're in pretty close proximity with a multiple killer. Multiple.
They're probably shaking his cage, rattling his cage,
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
get every day at lunch. Be like, yeah, "Fuck you, pussy!
You
You,
won't
won't do it. You
fucking
won't
kill
fucking
anyone."
kill anyone ever again. You're soft, bitch. Here, take this knife."
That's crazy. Yeah, he was there with a serial killer.
It's this guy was a former police officer who'd killed some people.
Yeah, those
I don't know if
guys
you-
go rogue, dude.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you could call him a serial. I don't know. A serial killer. I think he killed
He was
like
a
3
killer.
people.
Yeah, he was a
We
killer.
got one here right now. In
I
Austin.
heard
In
about
Austin,
the
really?
Austin killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they found 2 bodies like last week.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares because apparently it's gay guys. So everyone's going, it doesn't matter.
They suspect he's gay because he only kills like young adult males
Oh,
that
okay.
leave like bars on Rainy Street.
And that's where you frequent.
That's not where I frequent.
Careful, Sean.
Sean, be careful.
I'll catch him.
You might catch him. You might, with
I'll
your
lure
wrestling
him
background.
in, yeah, and I'll catch
Did you
him.
ever hear about the
Pin his
Bring
lake?
him to justice.
My friend was telling me this weekend there's a lake in somewhere in Georgia called like not Rainier, some sort of lake where apparently it had something to do with like the slave trade back in the day and blah blah blah. But all these like younger kids will be partying on the lake and they just go under. And they'll ask their friends like, was your friend like hammered? Like, nah, I look fine. So there's the local lore that like there's these ghosts of slaves that are just like pulling down white partiers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, I heard about that. I was like, damn, that's so scary.
That's very scary.
Like ghosts
Get
of
your ass down. Get your ass down, motherfucker.
Better work on your breaststroke.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Now, this is racist, but you'd think you'd be able to outswim. You think that's white's territory. You go, oh, we're in the water now, dude.
You just get
You've
yanked
entered the
up.
white's domain.
You've had your 5th white claw. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go.
Come here, boy.
A ghoul.
You're on a paddleboard. You're like, get off me.
Oh, shit.
My
Either way.
first major investigation was into a
I
serial
thought you
killer.
liked that.
I love it.
My first major investigation was in. I'm from Minneapolis, and I
Sure.
wrote for the Weekly, and there was a crazy woman who she ran an organization called Whisper, and she tried to mainstream prostitutes, get them out of the life. But she was so crazy that it was hard to listen to her. And she was saying that there's serial killer killing prostitutes, but nobody really listened to her because she was so crazy. And then I decided, well, I'm going to look into this, and I was able to find, I think it was like 46 women, mostly prostitutes, that have been stabbed, strangled, or beaten to death in the previous 8 years. Now, law enforcement had denied that there was a serial killer, but then I showed them my list, which was really difficult to put together.
Yeah.
I showed them my list and I said, I went to the Minneapolis Police Department. I went to the St. Paul Police. I said, you guys really want to say that there's no serial killer? And then they kind of copped to it, but then it was a task force was formed.
Oh, wow. Did they ever get the guy?
In the wake of that article. No. And they're really hard to catch.
Yeah.
If they're good. I mean, if they're stupid, you can get them
Yeah.
after one or two.
True, yeah.
But if they're Ted Bundy or someone,
Was Dahmer in Minneapolis?
he was in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. He's in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, I can remember I was at this really nice little island in Lake Superior called Madeline Island, and the guys that I was staying with, they don't have like televisions or radios or anything. I mean, it's pretty rustic, and it's really cool to do a lot of. There's berry picking and fishing, all kinds of stuff.
It's awesome. Berry picking's nice. I did it this year. It's very relaxing. Pick blueberries. It was fantastic.
It's
Ate so many.
we were definitely picking blueberries,
That's nice.
It was awesome.
and I came back to civilization, and I stopped off at a diner, and that's when Jeffrey Dahmer had been outed, and I was reading the newspaper, and I thought to myself, welcome back to civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He's a cannibal.
But the FBI says that there's like 50 of them at any given time in the United States.
50 serial killers kicking around?
But I think that it's probably closer to 200.
Jesus Christ.
It's kind of interesting. Our culture. I mean, serial killers are in all cultures, but our culture seems to mass produce them more than other countries.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Well, what would be your insights into that?
About why we have more serial killers?
Yeah.
Because we're number one.
True. We're the best.
We're
Yeah,
the
we
best
are
at
the
literally
best.
everything. School shooters.
Yeah, we are the best.
We're number one.
Do we? So we definitely have the most serial. Like how far is our lead?
I think Japan covers them up. I think Asia covers them up
I-
and says, no, there's no murders here.
Yeah.
I think we got quite the head start. If it's a 50-yard
We
dash,
celebrate ours. They hide theirs.
it's
True.
well, there was
Russia gets after it, don't they? I think there's a lot
there
of
was that
Russian
Russian Chikatilo who
boys. Yeah.
killed in excess of like 100 people.
The guy here is, and he's putting them all in Lady Bird. He puts all the bodies in the same spot.
Really, I mean that
Yeah, the
should
cops just go and let's set up let's get some fucking
True.
trail cams out there.
Yeah.
It's not that you guys don't even have to wait outside. Just put a camera up.
Yeah. Right by the lake.
Go, who's dumping sweet gardinis into the Lady Bird lake?
He's looking at the camera.
Party boys. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. They got me.
Yeah, that
so
shit
they
creeps me out.
has
man.
he? You would think that if they knew where he's dumping them,
You would think.
that would be
It'd be kind of easy.
put a camera there and
What is it?
The United States apparently has had 3,615 total serial killers. Second place is Russia with 196.
Damn.
We're the best.
that's quite a lead. Yeah.
I think that also could do with
Could be
law enforcement here.
Catching.
At least investigating. I think if you're, and this is starting in what, like the 60s, 70s is when serial killers started getting rowdy.
Yeah, I mean they were happening before then, but
Yeah. But I mean,
But
like getting caught
yeah.
and being like in the news. We had media and people looking out for it.
We have
You
more
could be in the middle of fucking Russia killing people and no one would ever. You go village to village. They go, yeah, that guy's gone.
Chikatilo was doing that though, the
Yeah.
Russian serial killer.
But
Yeah.
we have more
And that
like
was
shooters. We have more. I guess that's
Soviet,
because
yeah.
we have all them guns.
But the guns thing. What's interesting is Canada has pretty much the same amount of guns per capita as U.S.
Really?
and they're not shooting people like we shoot people.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I wonder what the hell it is. Red food coloring, red food dye. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is just.
Too much
I think
MTV.
it's
What's your theory?
Too much Beavis and Butthead.
True.
South Park. And Marilyn Manson.
people eating McDonald's.
Yeah, I was about to say doing
McDonald's.
chicken nuggets. I was just thinking the same thing.
You do go nuts if you have nuggets.
Dipping your fries into a frosty and you're just,
You go, I should kill that bitch.
My
This
My-
reminds me of a knife into a hooker.
my theory on McDonald's, it's all made out of the same substance. It's just at different temperatures. Now I could be wrong. It's Soylent Green. I mean, I should add that too. Would your generation know what Soylent Green is?
I've heard of it. It was that one-stop shop. Like you could just drink the shake and it replaced food, basically.
No, actually, it was a movie where
Oh,
the population had kind of escalated and they were recycling people. Vis-a-vis lunch, breakfast,
Yeah.
and dinner.
they have a thing called Soylent that I swear to God it's like a meal replacement.
It was a Charlton Heston movie, actually.
It's kind of fucked up. They named their shake after that.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
It was before he became president of the NRA.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That is a mystery to ponder. Why would we have the most serial killers? Our rough competitive edge.
I bet we have the most of literally everything.
True. The best.
I bet we have the most pedophiles. I bet we got it on lock. Everything. Best slam dunks. Most
True.
slam dunks.
True. Everyone in their own way has to aspire to greatness.
You gotta do something crazy.
It's true.
Well, what's interesting is the United States, I think, is the most spiritual country and the most material country. There's more spiritual options here than I think anywhere else, but yet there's also a rampant materialism.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe all that materialism begets that. You go, why do I need all this shit? I need to find something.
Well, your materialism begot me starting a podcast. So it's kind of interesting. I'm a really bad speller. I was really dyslexic as a kid,
Mhm.
and I can't really spell. If it wasn't for spell check,
Yeah.
there's no way I could have been a professional writer. So I was at a buddy's place, and he had one of those Macs, and he put spell check on, and he said, and I watched the spell check correct all the words. And I thought, I got to get one of those. So I got a Mac, and then I moved to New York, and I'd covered this conference on genetic engineering, and I was writing an article about telomeres. They're like the egglets on the end of your chromosome. And every time a cell divides, the telomere shortens, and that's what determines your obsolescence. So I plugged telomere into her search engine. This was even before Google. And then there was all these hits on telomeres, and I got a bunch of information about it, and I was able to write the article. But as soon as I saw those hits on telomeres, I said, I got to get one of those. That kind of was a Freudian. And then I did your and then I did your podcast, and you told me how much money you make, and I said, I got to get one of those.
Saw our tits.
You saw our sweet tits.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's get some closing arguments here. What are you thinking about? What do you want to close on? Watergate, Epstein?
Future of the country.
I would say your listeners go to Epstein Justice and check us out. And, it'd be helpful if you bought my Watergate book. Actually, it'd be helpful if you bought any of my books. And it's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Thanks for coming.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Awesome.